Wow, I was fucking muted. All righty. What's going on, Dominic? It's good to see you. Hello. I did a test earlier to make sure that this was going to be good to go. And so hopefully it is. What's going on, Vanessa? How are you? Hopefully it is. We still sounding and looking good? What's with the coy face, Vanessa? Awesome to see you too, Dominic. Oh my God, I forgot my other tarot cards. I can't just do one freaking deck. What an idiot. All right, hold on. Hold on. Holy mother of God. It is so freaking hot in here. You guys don't even get it. What's up, Mr. Pops? What's up, Carrie? It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. All right. I kept checking my phone thinking I didn't have the sound on. Nope, just me being a dumbass. So thanks. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you guys have had a great day. Mine's been pretty good so far. My daughter has her friend over, and then my daughter's friend teamed up with my daughter's sister, so my other daughter, and now they're all kind of like fighting. Girls will be girls, right? And other than that, I went and got them ice cream. Didn't get myself any. It's called Willpower, and I'm trying to look as hot as I possibly can come August. So I didn't get any ice cream. I haven't had any sugar, like actual sugar. The only sugar that I ever have is with my coffee in the morning. And I've stuck to like 1 cup a day. And I've been doing this for like 2 weeks. I haven't eaten ice cream. I haven't eaten candy. Nothing, bitch. It's been yogurt, berries, chicken, rice. I'm so proud of myself. I've been doing so good with that stuff. It's hot then. Okay, Vanessa. Vanessa, I think you're in the closet bisexual. Okay. You can only joke so much until it becomes not a joke anymore. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, you guys, welcome to All Signs. Happy Friday. I hope it's a good one. John, what is that? That's how I eat. You know what? Absolutely. And I feel so much better and I break out so much less when I'm drinking like things like soda or eating ice cream. I will break out like a teenage kid that's delivering pizzas from Domino's. It's really bad. So I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And this little guy, this, I carry this man everywhere. Okay. This little pink man. Listen, water, green tea, that's it. The only thing that I use to sweeten the green tea is organic honey. And I just take collagen and vitamin C and just water it up. And I'm gonna tell you what, you want to glow up, you want to try to have a real glow up, stop using filters. That will make you glow up real fucking quick. Oh my God. That was like my vow to myself. I was like, I'm not going to use filters anymore. So I have realistic expectations for myself. And so I can really push myself to be as like hot as I can. What's up, Queen of Hearts? Coconut water has done wonders to my skin. Really? I want to drink it, but I don't like the taste. I think it's nasty, dude. I think it's so nasty. It tastes so gross. I can't get down with it. I tried one and it had like the coconut chunks in it. Ew. Why are you making that? That is disgusting. It's like orange juice with pulp. If you drink orange juice with pulp, you deserve to be incarcerated. Sorry. Love ya. No can do. All right, guys. So once again, welcome to All Sides. We're going to be taking a look at you and the person on your mind. Keep in mind that these are general readings. So if you want a personal, then you can visit violettaalexis.com and make sure that you check for any of your placements. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read live on this channel, on this live stream, then you can visit hypsee.com/violetta. Where is it? Where? Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. If you book your super chat question before 7 p.m. EST, then you can get a discount on your question. You can get 15% off. So enjoy. All are incarcerated. Well, in America, we are. I don't even think we're going to be able to leave at some point, right? Super fun. I have to limit myself drinking soda and anything caffeine loaded. If I drink a tea, it has to be green tea. Otherwise, it is milk, water, and apple juice 90% of the time. Okay? I'm not mad at you. That's good. But yeah, I've not been messing around. I don't skip my tanning. I don't skip my gym if I can help it. Trying my best here. All right. Good luck to you all. Well, I think we're going to need more than luck, honestly. We're going to need a lot more than luck, honey. Of course, I see all the religious people and they're like, this is the end. This is the end of the world. I'm like, you bitches think it's always the end of the world. You bitches think every year this is going to be it. Like, well, you know, if it was, would it be so bad at this point? If there was a time, this would be the time, right? My mom's like over here ordering all the books that they're trying to ban. You know, she's like, I'm gonna order them right now. You know, she's got like the Diary of Anne Frank, and she's got, you know, To Kill a Mockingbird and all these other things, and she's just buying, buying them. You know, that's true. Right. I hope you all got your shitting pants on. What I don't appreciate is the US president telling my woman president to not deal with China, just stay out of her business, man. I think that maybe men should just stay out of women's business in general, you know, or like not tell us what to do with their bodies and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. Name one place in the world where a man does not have his bodily autonomy or any rights are taken away from his body and what he's allowed to do with it. Name one. You know, I just, I don't know. Oh, man. Mm. If men are supposed to lead, why does it always take violence and manipulation? You would think it would just be natural. It would feel more natural and there wouldn't need to be any violence or manipulation. But that is not what is going on. So maybe it's time we give the titties a try. No, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. What's up, Danielle? Vanessa, I would love to get out of this country, quite frankly, especially considering I have two daughters. But the other person who helped me create my children, I believe, is a bit of a supporter of what's going on here. And so I am chained. I'm chained. So make sure that you guys always date somebody that shares your values. Super important. So without further ado, no hate towards that guy, you know, at all. Um, so yay. I've been dating hard about living in a matriarchal society. Me too. You know what? Let's start our own island. I can live with that. You know, I have Venus in my 7th house. I have to be in a partnership. I got to do it. I'm ruled by Venus, okay? And luckily for me, I'm half gay. So, that means I can still do just fine. So, on that note, let's take a look at your person, shall we? Yeah, John, pretty gross. Pretty scary, you know? Pretty weird. But they're starting to fight back. You see California, people in California? Oh shit. That is a story. They are fighting back. Did you see that lady that's following and stalking ICE agents? Did you see that girl, Angie? Did you guys hear about that? She has took it upon herself to follow ICE agents and stalk them around the city of, I think, Los Angeles. I'm not entirely certain of the locale. But it is so funny. I enjoy watching that lady so much. She just goes wherever they go and she just follows them around, harassing them. It is so funny. Honestly, so funny. Oh, sorry, one sec. Okay, what's going on here? Turn phone on do not disturb immediately. Thank you. Okay, great. Oh, yes, Courtney. I'm sorry. So when I do YouTube super chats compared to Hypsee super chats, they're in two different places. So when I finished, I wasn't even thinking about yours. So I am so freaking sorry. Obviously, you will be the first one that I read. I am so freaking sorry about that. I meant to comment on the chat. Hold on. Okay, let me make sure to write it down because my stupid ass. Courtney super chat question. Thank you for being so patient. I'm so sorry. Totally sorry about that. Really interesting to see. It is. What's up, Casey? It's good to see you. So, without further ado, let's do this. Let's get into, where should we start? Should we start with Aries today? Who do you guys want to start with? Whoever comments the sign first, that's where we're going to start. Oh no, Courtney, it totally wasn't. You're fine. I'm so sorry. You are such an angel and you always do questions with me. So I just felt so bad. I'm so sorry, baby. All right, what sign? Whoever comments first. Come on, come on, come on. Taurus. All right, carry one. Carry one. Let's do it. All right. So once again, guys, welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at you and your person. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so at Hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can also find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box. Okay. And if you book before 7 p.m. EST, then you get 15% off your super chat. Enjoy. So let's go ahead and do this. What's going on, Taurus? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see. Ooh, the moon is conjunct Pluto right now in this very moment. I just forgot that. I need to watch what I say. Definitely need to be watching what the hell I'm saying. Okay. What's up, Shannon? Okay, Taurus, let's see what's going on. Sorry, I don't have my above camera yet thingy. I got to figure out how I'm going to attach it to this desk. It's just not compatible with that thing. So give me some time. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Your feelings, the Seven of Pentacles. How you see them is the Three of Swords. And your future actions, the Knight of Cups reversed. And their feelings is the Two of Pentacles reversed. How you see them or how they see you is the Ace of Cups reversed. And the Death reversed for their actions. Okay, well, let's see that Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor reversed. Always flip the roles if you need to. Okay, wow, there's a lot of reversals here. I'm not gonna lie. So you got the Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Eight of Cups reversed. You're feeling a little out of control, to be honest. You're having a hard time putting your feelings aside. The Emperor in reverse sometimes folds on his or her responsibilities because they're more worried about other things, sometimes petty things, sometimes emotional things, and can also once again feel like we're out of control or like we don't have control over a situation or a person or whatever. But in your heart, the Eight of Cups reversed is there, right? These are your feelings. So there is this feeling of wanting to come back around, but at the same time, the Seven of Pentacles is indicative of somebody who feels like they just be wasting their time or that they are wasting their time. And so I think that there's a little bit of an impatience here because you don't feel like you have control over the situation. Okay. So you may hear from this person. The way that you view them is the Three of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and then the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Oh. So you feel like they're definitely hurting. You see, swap the roles if you need to. Okay. Not my monkeys, not my circus. I'm just saying. So you feel like this person is deeply hurt, and this may be something that they communicate to you in the next coming weeks or that they've already communicated to you. You feel like this person is pretty clear in regards to what they're thinking about the connection, how they're feeling, and you feel like they're not really showing up or nurturing the connection as maybe they have before in the past. That can be due to betrayal, just pain in general, heartbreak, and potentially some insecurities. Okay. Your actions, mm, the Knight of Cups reversed with the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Strength in the upright. So you're trying to be strong. I think that there seems to be some kind of separation here potentially, or maybe you guys aren't talking right now or something. There's something, there's a space between the two of you. And it seems like you want to kind of come out of the cold, or maybe you want communication, or if there's blocked communication, you may unblock this person if that's the case, but you're not really taking action. And I feel like that's because you have some negative feelings about it, or maybe there's an insecurity, or maybe there's a jealousy or something. But with that strength there, it's telling me that your pride and your dignity are intact, or you're making sure that they are, you're trying to make sure that they are, and you're just holding back, and you feel like that's maybe the best or the most responsible thing for you to do right now. This person's feelings for you, the Two of Pentacles reversed, the King of Cups reversed, and the Star. Okay. Well, you're showing up as the masculine, okay? And so I'm kind of feeling like that is you in this person's feelings, only because you are showing up as a masculine energy. And so um that Two of Pentacles reverse tells me that they feel like this is something that they really can't handle, or they're a little confused about how you feel. And that could be because they feel like you have manipulated them, or you kind of blew smoke up their ass in some way, or you just basically for lack of a better term, kind of bullshitted them a little bit. And so I feel like there's something kind of going on with that. I do think that there's healing here or there's hope here. Okay. This person may feel a deep camaraderie or some kind of friendship with you as well, because this is Aquarius and that can certainly represent that. But there's just a lot of confusion here. It may be something that they feel like they kind of need to like physically drop right now. So, right. So maybe they don't talk to you at work, or maybe they stop calling, or something like that, because they feel like you're basically full of shit. Okay. But the star there tells me that they still have hope. So the Ace of Cups reversed for how they perceive you, the Judgment reversed, and the Hangman. They feel like you're not really willing to take accountability, and because you don't want to take accountability, they feel like you're willing to sacrifice the relationship because you don't want to face up to something. They feel like you're not reconciling, you're not doing any of that. It's just like this letting go, essentially. Uh, the Death reversed, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Oh. They're still holding on. There's going to be a conversation, I think. What is this person doing towards this first person? The Three of Pentacles. Some of you may work with this person. For others of you, it seems like there is a conversation. Like you guys are trying to get on the same page. I feel like it would be them reaching out, if I'm going to be honest. It almost feels like how do I explain this? It almost feels like this person is hearing about you through a third party, or they may be getting advice about you in some way, maybe. Strange. But it seems like they're trying to get on the same page or be cordial at the least. But there's an attraction here. So, advice for the first person: surrender to the divine. This is essentially just kind of, let go and let God. Well, how interesting for that. Surrender to the divine and then cardinal. So I feel like something needs to be closed out, and I feel like you're needing to take initiation towards something else. The Magician towards your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. Maybe that's what you kind of need to focus on. For the second person, expect powerful change and square. So there's, for the second person, whoever you are, you're needing to overcome some kind of hump here. Okay. And that's when you're going to receive the most change in your life that you are deeming necessary or that you want. So there's some kind of challenge or there's some kind of mountain you need to climb. And it's telling you that through that challenge, overcoming that challenge is when you can have a new beginning, just in general. Okay. Whatever that means. So that is what I have for you, Taurus and Cross Watcher. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can visit hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All right, that's a lot of reversals. Let's move on to Gemini. Of course, Carrie, you're so welcome. Right, I don't like that. That's like, okay. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Hello, Gemini. What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and what's up, Lori? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Ooh, okay. You're feeling yourself this week. the world for how you see them. Actions, 4 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles and their feelings. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 8 of Pentacles for how they see you. And the Knight of Wands reversed for their actions. Well, that's not my favorite, but it doesn't have to be all bad, right? So let's take a look at that Empress. For some of you, this is a same-sex relationship. That's obviously not for all of you. Okay. The Empress, the 9 of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Cups. If I'm going to be honest with the Gemini, it just feels like you're getting over yourself. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, whatever's been holding you back, right? In regards to, in regards to like your self-worth, your self-value, how you want to be treated, your sense of creativity, how you want to look, any trust issues that might be getting in your way, any kind of emotional upheaval that you've been feeling. I really think that you're getting yourself into a very creative space, into a place of self-care and honoring what your needs are. And it feels like you're just really feeling yourself more than anything. I think your days of like trying to over please or trying to contort yourself to fit somebody else's idea of who you should be, I think those days are kind of over. You're certainly not chasing anybody down for a day-old wiener from 7-Eleven either, right? So I love this. You may feel like nurturing towards this connection for some of you, but even if that's the case, that Queen of Cups reverse tells me that there still may be a lack of trust. Like you don't totally trust this person. Like you may feel as though there's a lot of over promising and under delivering as well. But I feel like you're figuring it out. I'm not even really worried about it, honestly. Like I'm not worried about you. So listen, the way that you're viewing this person, at least in the coming weeks, I'm not seeing like a bad guy or a bad girl. Like this seems to be somebody you're viewing as doing the right thing, coming to some kind of conclusion on their own terms. If there was a separation, there may be potential closure, but there's an up leveling of this person, and not just of the relationship, but also of this person's psyche, how they think, who they are, becoming more self-aware also. And there's a mental balance going on. This person seems to be at peace with who they are. At least that's how you're viewing them. But there's like it feels as though there's a graduation. For some of you, if you've been waiting, there could be a higher level of commitment happening here. I mean, you're really feeling yourself, you know, like I really love that. But there could be a higher level of commitment here. But this can be something where you've seen this person go on a journey for a very, very long time, whether this is with you or without you. And now you feel like they are getting to this point of success, or there's a culmination or something like that. But it's positive. Oh, wow. Okay. Um, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands reversed, on the Tower for your actions towards this person. Okay. If there has been any kind of competitive energy, if you felt like you've had to defend yourself, you know, if this like it feels as though there's something that this person has triggered in you, like where you felt as though you had to overcompensate or be somebody you're not, or whatever, or etc. And so it caused some kind of trust issue, but you don't seem to be doing that anymore. There's some new level of this found um self-worth that you have. And you're like, listen, baby, if this tower is gonna fall, let it fall. You know, it's like you're not trying to maintain some kind of status quo anymore. You're not trying to, you don't seem to be the one that's taking the risk, in my opinion. You're just like doing you. It's sexy. I like it. This person's feelings for you. Okay. What's that? Lovers reversed. The 4 of Swords reversed. if there has been a separation, I still don't feel like they're over it. This is somebody that wants equal give and take. I assure you that this person does feel like you have a lot of value, and I think that there's a strong sexual attraction there. But I don't really know if they like meet you. I don't really know if they're your match or if they meet a standard just because you're the Empress and they're showing up as the King of Wands. But it doesn't mean that it can't be done. That Lover's reverse tells me that they may have fucked up somewhere. Maybe there was cheating. Maybe you guys had a miscommunication, but it seems like something that's more earth shattering than that, like something that was very hurtful, just because I see that Four of Swords reversed. And maybe something that this person is still healing from, even if they were the one to screw something up, right? So for instance, if this person, let's say this person like cheated on you with porn or something like that, it's like they're still not over that issue. You know, they're still not over that issue, or they're not over that addiction or whatever it may be. So there may still be that issue, you know. So 8 of Pentacles for how they see you with the 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, 5 of Cups reversed. No nonsense is immediately what I got from this. So this kind of makes me feel like this is somebody who views you as very about your routine or about your structure, somebody who's very hardworking, you know, somebody who's about their business, somebody who seems to be very focused on either, well, maybe working on the relationship, but they see you as working very hard towards something and you're being very realistic towards your goals. And this person may feel like you've either let go of them or you've let go of the past or you've let go of a lot of things that have essentially held you back and you're really busting your ass, you know, like for instance, if you guys had a breakup, right, this person feels like you're really getting in the gym and you're doing your thing and like you're alchemizing your pain or you're alchemizing your energy into something that's going to work for you, like you're not living in an illusion. It feels a little passive aggressive, I'm not gonna lie, like that Knight of Wands reversed and the 5 of Wands reversed with the 4 of Wands. It feels like here for a good time, not a long time kind of thing. You know, they're just kind of in and out, but like they're trying to maybe go out with you or come visit you or something like that. But I don't know. I don't trust it. But at the same time, I'm a super big skeptic. So we have emotions are running high for the first person. So Gemini, if that's you, we have emotions are running high in Jupiter. Whatever Jupiter touches, it's going to expand it. So if you have Jupiter on the emotions are running high card, then I'm here to tell you that emotions are not only going to be running high in the coming weeks, but it's probably going to feel intense. But there's a reason for it, and I feel like it'll benefit you in the long run. Like I don't know if you ever had like a I don't want to say like a ball out fight, but if you've ever had a really like intense conversation that felt so heated and it felt like you couldn't really handle it, but it really helped you get over some kind of hump in your relationship, you know, it feels like something like that. So there's a means to an end, or there is something at the end of the rainbow is what I want to say. For the second person, your advice is adjustments are required in house 3. So I feel like because house 3 can be around like what you think, how you think, what you do on a day-to-day basis, you know, I feel like there's something that needs to be adjusted in regards to that as well. And like the way that you're communicating, I think that maybe something about that needs to change as well. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can go ahead and do so right down here at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot. All righty. No. So Alexis, I had them pick what sign they wanted to start out with, and I just went with the first person, and so the first person said Taurus. So Aries is actually getting read last. I'm sorry. Just today though. What's up, Goldie? It's good to see you. All right, let me go ahead and put on my Hypsee. 1 second. Okay. Right on. All right, let's do this. All right. So moving on to Cancer. What's going on, Cancer? How are you? Let's go ahead and see you and your person. And your feelings is the Three of Cups reversed. How you see this person is the Three of Wands. The Page of Cups reversed for your actions. Ooh, okay. The Temperance reversed is in their feelings. Thanks, Alexis. Queen of Swords for how they see you. Okay. And the Two of Wands reversed for their actions. All right. All right. Let's see. 10 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yikes. Okay. Um, eesh. This is rough. I'm not gonna lie. What's that? Three of Cups reversed? The Nine of Cups reversed. Okay. You don't really, there could be a third party for sure. Maybe it's just like more than you can really handle right now. But ultimately, you don't really seem to be wanting to reconcile or come together. You could feel like this person is gossiping about you. Maybe you're doing it. There could be some gossip, rumors, drama. Seems like there's a missed opportunity. You're not really putting in an effort. It feels like this is just a lot for you, and you're not really getting what you want out of it anyway with that Nine of Cups reversed. Oh, wow, Alexis. Really? Dang. Eesh. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. How you see this person is the Three of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Swords reverse. There may be some kind of stalemate here. Maybe they're communicating, but usually the Page of Swords is just like trying to get information. Okay, so you may see this person as like waiting on you or waiting for you or waiting on some kind of information from you. You may feel like they're spying. You may feel like they are waiting for you to communicate as well. Tell me about that Three of Wands, the Page of Wands. Yeah, I think that you believe that they're waiting for you to say something, maybe. Okay. There's three pages here. That's interesting. Yeah, there's four pages. All the pages are on the table. Maybe this is new. What's going on, Taz? This is gross. I mean, I'm just kidding, but like, okay. So it's really hard to tell kind of what's going on here. Um, so this is either one of two things, okay? And you know who you are, so you tell me. Um, for some of you, you're just really not offering anything at all. You're kind of feeling like woe is me about the situation. You're just disappointed. You're disappointed in yourself. You're disappointed in this person. And it can be because you feel like they are trying to use you, or they did use you, or they want to use you for clout or money, or who knows what the fuck it is, right? But that's definitely there. For others of you, you are being stubborn, you're being manipulative, and you're playing a sorry, sad sack. Like you are being like, poor me, I'm the victim. You know, maybe you are, fuck, I don't know. But I really feel like with that King of Pentacles reverse, it's just for clout, or it's just to make people feel bad for you or something like that for some of you. Okay. It might be the other one. So keep that in mind. So this person's feelings for you, the Temperance reversed, the Eight of Wands reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, you know, they are not at peace, bitch. They are not at peace. No. This person's pretty unsettled about the situation, but I think that they're also feeling maybe a tad self-righteous about it as well. They can be holding a bit of a grudge, being a little bit petty, you know, kind of, maybe they feel like they need to block you out of their life or stop communicating, or maybe sometimes they feel like this is forced, or they're just doing too much, or this is too much for them to handle. And so I think there's definitely some begrudging feelings. I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it, but it just seems like they're feeling a little bit like they're holding a grudge, I think, in my opinion. Why? The Knight of Swords, maybe something that was said, maybe something that wasn't said, something that maybe they found out, something you found out about them, but they're not happy. They feel like the connection isn't balanced as well. How they see you is the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands reversed, and the High Priestess reversed. What's the High Priestess reversed? The Five of Swords reversed. Well, you know, they feel like you're a bit of a tough cookie, at least in the coming weeks. This is somebody who feels like you're being very direct, maybe even a bit secretive, because they just see you as somebody who doesn't really trust your intuition when it comes to this sometimes, or they kind of feel like you feel like there's really no more potential left here. Like no matter how much you try, you know, it's just a loss. Or this person may feel like there was a secret revealed as well that kind of made you give up on this. This person could also, I'm kind of getting this person thinks that you're paranoid with that Nine of Wands reversed and the High Priestess reversed. But that Queen of Swords tells me that they also feel like you are intelligent, or you're very straight to the point with what it is that you're communicating. And maybe it is that you're actually communicating this to them in the coming weeks. Like, I don't trust this. I'm fucking paranoid. I don't trust you. No matter how much, you know, there's no potential here. I don't know. They're not doing anything. They're just kind of like sitting there with their thumb up their ass a little bit. They're not really making any changes. They're not really making any decisions. They're chalking this up to a missed opportunity, and they're not really doing anything. Nothing's really happening, I don't think. So yeah. So for the first person, your advice is meditate and contemplate, and Aquarius. Okay. Well, maybe you guys need to surround yourselves with like-minded people. Maybe you're needing to kind of break out of your shell a little bit and do something a little bit different, but meditate on it, you know, think about it. I feel like maybe some of you also need some time for yourself. And so maybe there's a need to kind of balance your social life if you got one, and your alone time. For the second person, it says a time to give rather than take, and then Mercury. Well, Mercury is about to go retrograde. Okay. So that's, I don't know. That doesn't look fun personally. But yeah, so Mercury's about to go retrograde. But if it says a time to give rather than take, and then it says Mercury, it makes me feel like you're needing to offer up some kind of information, second person, or maybe you're needing to offer some initiative in regards to communication if that's something that you're wanting to do. Or yeah, something like that. That's what it makes me feel like. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can book at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Up? What? Thumbs up. What? What's up with you and that emoji, girl? Retire that emoji. What the fuck? Don't be coy, honey. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Leo. Oh my God, I honestly have to pee so bad. Should I just do it right now? I'll do it after the Leo read. All right, Leo, what's going on? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Okay, there's your card, the Sun. You're feeling pretty good. The Hierophant for how you see this person. The Ten of Swords reversed for your actions. In their feelings, the Seven of Swords. Wah, wah, wah. It's what I said. I don't even remember. Six of Wands for how you view them. What's up, Complexity? And the Wheel of Fortune reversed for their actions. So let's see that Sun, the Chariot reversed, the Moon reversed. I feel like you're at a point where you're just like, I can't really control what I don't know. It just feels like a choice to be happy. It feels like you're choosing to be happy. You're choosing to be optimistic. I think that there's a lot of fears. More than not. I think that there's a lot of fears that you have that are connected to this connection, especially with that Chariot reversed and the Moon reversed. I mean, that is like, those are like the poster children for fear. And so you could feel like maybe you're doing too much. You could feel like maybe you're forcing it in some way, or once again, there's just maybe a lack of courage on kind of like where this is going. But I feel like the Sun is going to trump those cards. So the Sun there tells me, regardless of your fears, regardless of maybe whatever suppressed emotions you have, you're still feeling very optimistic. This is somebody that essentially makes you very happy. And I think that you want to make this happy, I think that you want to make this person happy in return. What's the Moon reversed? The Two of Cups. Aww. I feel like you don't want to lose this person, you know, because there's a very deep connection here. There's no doubt about it. There's a very, very deep connection here. You feel very intertwined. Like if you look at this card, right? See how these like ribbons are like intertwining these two cups? There's definitely a connection. Let's see that Hierophant for how you see them. Whoa. I'm not getting a whole lot of fluff off of this person. Like this is very much giving like straight to the point. These are what my values are. You know, maybe somebody who's committed, but maybe they're not always like the most mushy gushy, loving, you know, let me, I don't know, bake you some biscuits and rub your feet kind of person. I don't know. Like there's definitely a strong sexual attraction there. Like it's definitely there. There's no doubt about that with that devil. What is the devil? The Nine of Swords. Interesting. You may feel like this person overthinks. And I think that how you view this person, you know, you feel like they're very set in what they believe, their morals or their values or their spiritual or their religious beliefs, whatever it is, like whatever they know, whatever they learn, whatever they believe, they're very like stuck on that. Like that is it, you know? And you may feel like they're a little overbearing when it comes to that at times. But also I think that you feel like this person is fucking crazy, or you feel like they're paranoid, or they're an overthinker, or maybe they have anxiety, which causes them to kind of pull back. Maybe that's like their, sorry, maybe that I'm not wearing a bra, so these girls like to move around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. So yeah, I feel like it's not, I don't know, this person's a little, you know, hard up, not in the good way. Ten of Swords, speaking of, if you know tarot, you know, Ten of Swords reversed, Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles for your actions. Oh, you're taking actions, all right. There may have been an ending between the two of you, and you're just like, I'm over it, you know? And for some of you, you are taking initiative. And I think that even though you seem to be putting one foot in front of the other. You're kind of being slow about it, you know. There's a lot of fire backing that snail-like persistence. You know, there's a lot of attraction, like you feel ready. For some of you, you're getting over a relationship and you are taking action towards this new person. So this person, okay, interesting. What's the Seven of Swords? The Eight of Cups. I don't think they want to walk away. Like the Seven of Swords being clarified by the Eight of Cups is like somebody who wants to see this through. We have double Aquarius energy here. So it makes me feel like they're more concerned about you and them versus just them. I think this person is pretty certain that they want to heal things with you, but they may also be kind of like avoiding making that decision or maybe a little nervous. But there is a lot of hope here. Like, I think this person has a lot that they want to share with you. And I think they know at some point that they will, but they just haven't yet, or something like that. It's something like that. But they're trying to avoid walking away, or they're trying to avoid like you walking away. How they see you. See, they feel like that something is a front. Like if you're having a lot of success or you're getting a lot of attention or something like that, right? If that's what's going on, um they think that that's legit, like they think that's actually happening, but they feel like there's also a lot going on under the surface. Like maybe you either have some regrets or you miss them or there's a sadness. What's the Five of Cups? The Nine of Cups reverse. Like you didn't get something that you wanted. Like it feels as though they view you as getting something good, but you didn't get what you wanted, what you really wanted. Their actions. Oh, okay. Well, Wheel of Fortune reverse, Six of Pentacles reverse, Three of Swords. They may still kind of be repeating cycles. It doesn't really feel like they're giving to this, and I think it's because they have not overcome something, or they have not gotten over something, or moved on from a heartbreak, or something like that. So, what's that Three of Swords reverse? The Ten of Pentacles. A relationship, a marriage, you know, basically everything that they've ever wanted. They're still not over like not getting that or maybe losing that or something like that. Advice for the first person: new moon in Sagittarius, luck is on your side, opposition. So for me as a reader, this tells me that although you guys are on opposing sides of something, if you try, you just might get it. Like, even if this person does not agree with you about something, or maybe there's been a fight, or maybe there's been some kind of distance, I feel like if you try, then there's going to be a little bit of luck. You know what I mean? Second person, balance spirituality and practicality, and then you have a sextile. So I feel like there's a positive opportunity maybe to finally let go of something, release something, focus on meditation, you know, once again, find balance in your meditation practices and your tarot readings or whatever versus like your work and going to the gym or whatever it is for you. For some reason it's telling you that, but I do think that there's going to be an opportunity to finally like release something, or maybe have some level of compassion for another, or receive some kind of compassion. Full moon in Pisces, that's what this card is. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can go ahead and head on over to hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Okay. Now I really have to pee. I'm not trying to be gross, but I have to pee. All right, give me 1 second. All right, I'll be right back. 1 sec. I am wearing my daughter's Taylor Swift slippers. Thank you, Vanessa. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Virgo. Hey, Virgo, what's going on? Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person. Your feelings, Knight of Wands reversed. Is that what depends are for? Okay, very funny. 7 of Pentacles for how you see this person. The Page of Cups for your actions. Okay. The 10 of Cups in this person's feelings. Okay. The 6 of Cups for how they see you. That's so sweet. The 7 of Cups reversed. Wow, lots of cup energy, lots of emotions. Let's see that Knight of Wands reversed. The Lovers reversed. The Empress reversed. Okay. Is this person the feminine? Reversed is no, upright is yes. No. So you are the masculine up top. Okay. Ooh. What's that? Lovers reversed? The Page of Swords reversed. Oh, God. Mm. So, I mean, it's not really my favorite. I think with the Page of Swords reversed, also clarifying the Lovers reversed, I think that you're assuming a lot of things maybe about this person. You feel like this person isn't really nurturing this anymore. You may feel like they have low self-esteem or have some self-worth or self-value issues. You may feel like you need to get their attention by doing something mm, a little shady, or you may be assuming that this person has somebody else, or there may be some kind of gossip rumors drama, gossip rumors or drama that's directly related to the situation. What's that Knight of Wands reverse? The 8 of Wands. I feel like you want to communicate, but it doesn't feel like you're being authentic. It feels like you're just trying to see if the pool's hot, you know, or trying to see if the pool's warm, or just kind of like dipping your toes in. Because I think that you're maybe wondering if, because if you look, right? What's up, Carmen? If you look, that Empress is facing the opposite way of that Knight of Wands reversed. And so maybe you feel like this person isn't really interested, or they're not really paying attention to you. And so you may do something maybe to try to make them jealous, or you may do something that's a little bit shady in some way. or that's what you feel like you need to like lower yourself to do that for some reason. I don't know if you're like fucking panicking or what's going on here. It may just be that you're assuming that they have somebody else, and so you're kind of like a chicken with its head cut off, but it seems like you're wanting to communicate. There may be something that you feel like you found out, but I don't know if that's necessarily right. Interesting. You don't really feel, I mean, you still feel like they have a toe in the water as well with that Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reverse, and the World reverse, because you're seeing them as they haven't fully let go of this. You know, they haven't fully overcome this or whatever it is. And you look at them like you have unfinished business with them. There's something that's still lingering. So you still feel like they have a toe in the water. You still feel like they're invested, but maybe you don't really feel like they're doing anything about it. Or you may feel like they're impatient about it as well. So I don't know if you're seeing anything necessarily like them physically doing something. It's almost as if you intuit that. Oh, look at that. Mercury retrograde, Virgo, you and Gemini and Leo are all going to be really feeling that, and the fixed signs as well. Um, so feeling like this is around Mercury retrograde. You seem to be reaching out to this person. I do feel like this is a comeback around. You still have a lot of passion for them. I don't think you're going like full force with it. You are offering something. You seem to be being very sweet, communicative, open, vulnerable. What's the point of this? The Queen of Swords. You want them to communicate. You want them to communicate. I don't, you're not going full force. Like there are things that you're feeling and you're trying to be lighthearted about it. And like I think that you want to do more, but for some reason you're feeling like you need to hold back in some way or not say everything that you're feeling. And it's because there's past issues between the two of you. Their feelings, 10 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. I think that they love you. For some of you, you're actually in a relationship with this person, or maybe you were, or whatever, but this person is still like committed to you in some way. They want to emotionally support you. This person loves you, genuinely loves you. And I think that they're like kind of waiting, or they feel like they need to wait for things to get better. But it seems like this person is putting a lot of energy into maybe their workout routine or something that they're working on, or maybe like a project. But I do think that they want to put effort into this. I do. But it's almost like they're waiting on the right time. What are they waiting on? The Hangman reverse, for you to change your perspective, or for them to have perspective, or for you guys to be able to finally let go of something that's been lingering. How they view you is the Six of Cups, High Priestess, Judgment reversed. They don't see you as taking accountability for something. It's almost like they see you as somebody that's like a gift to them in a way, or somebody that they have a lot of sweet feelings for and with. You know, there's a lot of nostalgia here. But they feel like there are some things that you're not telling them, or that you're keeping to yourself around the Judgment reversed, which can essentially be like things you're needing to take accountability for that you haven't taken accountability for, or whatever. The okay. Seven of Cups reversed, the Five of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. They're being very realistic about this, like optimistic, but also realistic. And what's that Five of Swords? The Hierophant. I feel like they're determined to have a relationship with you, Virgo. I'm not gonna lie. They feel like they're very determined to have a relationship with you. Like you seem to be the one that they want, I think. But the way that they're doing this or the way that they're playing it or going about it is they're being realistic. I think that you are their first choice. And with that Wheel of Fortune, it seems like they are just kind of going with the flow. They're not trying to repeat a cycle. They don't want things to be the same way around, the same way it was before. This is somebody who's letting go of control. They're not trying to force anything. They're not trying to pressure you or anything like that. I mean, it's a beautiful energy. So for the first person, you have what do you need to release and Venus. Ooh. For some of you, you need to release another person. For others of you, what do we need to release here? The devil. Just kidding. Uh, there may be some toxicity that you have. There may be some addictions, some fears, something that is basically keeping you in limbo or keeping you from like, you know, the greatest love of your life or something like that. And so I feel like whatever this devil is, you have to release it if you want like a healthy relationship or the way that you give and receive love to be healthier than what it is right now. I also heard find beauty in the small things, so I'm not sure why I heard that. So for the second person, I got be bold and make the first move, and then Chiron. For some of you, this has nothing to do with this person. Okay. For the second person, your advice, be bold and make the first move, and then Chiron there. It tells me that there's some kind of wound that you have that you need to overcome. And sometimes that means that you're needing to push through whatever that is. So sometimes the fear of something, we have to do that something in order to overcome the fear, right? Like the other day when I, did that video without any makeup and without a filter on, that's like one of my biggest fears. Swear to God. And then I just stopped using a filter altogether, and it sounds fucking stupid, right? But there's a lot of reasoning behind those things, okay? So I just fucking did it anyway, and now I don't use a filter at all, right? So it's like, what is that thing for you that you just need to push through and overcome? For others of you, it may be about this person. It may be maybe saying that there's some kind of wound that you have with this person, and maybe it would be better if you took initiative. I don't know. Okay. Only you're going to be able to know what's best for you. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks, John. Maybe the devil is mischievous. Well, I mean, like, what kind of mischievous are we talking about? Are we talking about like mischievous, like I'm gonna put my hand up my wife's skirt and pinch her butt mischievous? Or are we talking about like, buying hookers on the sidewalk of Vegas? Like what kind of mischievous are we talking about here? His addiction has to go. Addiction is so hard. I developed an addiction because of my social anxiety a long time ago. It was pretty bad. All right. What's up, Sarah? It's good to see you. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the compliment. All right. Let me shuffle these. I think the first is decent, right? All right. Up next is Libra. It is so fucking pretty out here. Hey, Kenneth. Yeah, there is a poem release. I wasn't gonna bug anybody else about it, honestly. I thought about mentioning it, but I was like, whatever. I already posted it on my thing. I don't want people to get annoyed. But yes, there is. It's actually a song release. It's a song that I wrote. So like last week, I wrote it. I obviously can't sing, so I had AI sing it, and it turned out pretty good. It's a little like, wah, pull out my tiny violin, but you know, that's just how I heal and express myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't be around it. It has me thinking about using. I don't ever get like a craving for it. I really realized it was just that my addiction was about me trying to suppress the things that I was feeling and trying to numb everything because I just couldn't live with the reality of what happened to me or what the things I allowed to happen or the things that I did in order to feel loved. And I think I was just trying to drown it all out. And it got to a point where people just, I had like PTSD, CPTSD, I think. And people just, I just couldn't fathom like being around people sober anymore. And so I was drunk like all the time. I was drunk like all the time. A lot. Probably like 5 days out of the week. It was pretty bad, but now I'm like almost 6 years sober in December. Oh, Carmen, thank you. Pain is difficult to process. Hell yeah. Yeah. Plus, I was going through like fucking upheaval of my life, bitch. It was terrible. All right. All right, Libra. Hello. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person. Okay. And your feelings is the chariot. Thanks, Tammy. Look at those Mercury ears. You can always tell if somebody has Virgo or Gemini placements. The tip of their ears always sticks out like Spock. The justice for how you view this person. Okay, we got Cancer, Libra. The Knight of Pentacles. We got a little Virgo in the mix. Speaking of the devil. And then this person's feelings. We got the Fool. Lots of major arcanas. Uranus. The Three of Pentacles. Mars and Capricorn. The Five of Pentacles for their actions. What is going on here? All right, Libra, let's see. You don't care about that damn missed opportunity, do you? Um, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Why is that Knight of Cups reversed? The Tower reversed. You're having a hard time letting go of something that's, you know, making you feel some kind of way. You know, you're having a hard time letting go of some feeling, something that you're feeling. And I don't know if you're moody. I don't know if you were feeling jealous or you are feeling jealous or whatever around this missed opportunity, but you're like, excuse my French, but you're kind of saying, fuck that, I don't care. And you seem to be very emotionally driven and dare I say emotionally triggered to have a victory in this relationship or in this dynamic. And even though there's fear, traces of fear in your feelings around this connection or in regards to going after this connection, I still feel like you're going to do it because you're feeling a very strong pull towards this specific individual. What's up, Sean? Okay. So everybody just don't encourage Sean. Okay. Don't encourage Sean. So, I mean, I like it. It seems like you're overcoming whatever that feeling is or whatever it is that you're going through. You're not going to let go of this person, I don't think. Whoa, what's the Seven of Swords reversed? Oh, I like it. All right, I'll show you here. So we have the Justice, the Moon reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed. Hmm. They're being very honest. I really like it. I think that they're being very honest. I think that they're, you know, trying to make the right decision. They're trying to do the right thing. They're maybe confessing something that they're feeling, something that maybe they've kept hidden. What's that Moon reverse? The Queen of Wands, their attraction for you, maybe, if this is something new, you know? This person is very attracted to you. I think that they're getting to a point where, like, maybe they were afraid to be honest about something, or they were afraid to reveal their emotions to you. But now they're just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to say it because this is what I feel. I have to get this off my chest. I have to do this for me. But if this person, like, did do something to you, so to speak, I feel like they're trying to make something right. I really do. John, you're being weird. You got to go. You're being fucking weird. Sorry, that guy's being weird. He's creeping me out. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Whoops. The Hermit. The King of Swords reversed. What's that King of Swords reversed? The Nine of Wands. Okay. Um, you are slowly but surely making your way towards this person. And I think that you're really taking your time because you don't want to, like, fuck it up. Like, you don't want to fuck it up. You don't want to ruin your chances, is what it feels like. And I think that there's a level of self-awareness uh that you're considering when it comes to approaching this person or taking the action that you want to take towards them. I don't think that you're saying everything that you're thinking. I think that you're keeping some cards close to the chest. I'm not really sure why is that. Let's see that. The Death card, maybe in regards to some changes that you're making, or maybe there are some things that um you don't want to say because you don't want to ruin your chances, or because you don't want something to end. This person's feelings, god damn it. Mm, this person's committed to you, in my opinion. Like, I really think, what's the Fool reversed? The Page of Wands. They're feeling a little apprehensive. Like, it seems as though they don't really have the well, no, I don't think that's the case. The Fool reversed. They're feeling hesitant to say something. Like, they're feeling hesitant to reach out and say something, although they seem to be very confident in themselves. Like, they're trying to manifest a relationship with you, where they're trying to make it happen. Maybe it's that they're trying to figure out how to make it happen, if it's not already a relationship. If it's already a relationship, this person may be trying to up level or level up. Reversed. I feel like they don't want to have to start over. How they see you is the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Okay. Some of you guys work with this person, or this person feels like you're trying to get on the same page with them. You guys could be going out. They may look at you like somebody who has a lot on their plate, but you're handling it very well. Like there's a lot of responsibilities that you have, this, that, and the third. Maybe for some of you, they see you moving or doing something, or doing some kind of renovations to the home or something in regards to family. Okay, for a few of you, just a side note. But for others of you, oh my God, is it going to rain? Please rain. I'll be so happy if it rains. Sorry. I love it when it rains out here. But it feels like you guys are going out, or you're doing something, or they feel like you're living your best life, even though you have a lot going on. You know, maybe they feel like you're learning something, but you guys seem to be getting on the same page. At least that's how they're seeing it. I really like this reading. Oh, I feel like they miss you. If there's been a separation, I feel like this person misses you with that Five of Pentacles. They feel kind of left out in the cold. What action are they actually taking towards the first person? The Two of Wands reversed. They seem to be hesitant again. Why? They're not confident. Is that what it is? But that Magician is there. Maybe they're trying to manifest the confidence to approach you if this is new, or they're trying to manifest the confidence to be able to be what it is that they feel like you deserve or what you want. And I see them taking initiative. They're giving you a lot of attention. There could be some intimacy around the corner as well. So if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, for the first person, you have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, and air. So I kind of feel like that you and your loved ones are safe is really about you and this person. I think if there has been some issues or some misfires, miscommunication, I do think that you and this person are going to make up in some way, or I think that you guys are going to be okay. For others of you, if there has been some worry around a family member or family, feel like you guys are going to be okay. For others of you with that air energy, this is telling you to be objective in your decision making and to be more open-minded when it comes to communication with this person, maybe. So second person, you have worked through your fears and fixed. I feel like you're really stuck on something. Like maybe you're stuck, maybe you feel like you don't have enough money. Maybe you feel like you're not sexy enough. Maybe you feel like you're not assertive enough. Maybe you feel like you're not dominant enough, something like that. And it's basically saying just work through those, because those could be something that's just essentially like in your head, really. And I think that the cure for this is really going to be you coming out of your comfort zone, essentially. So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question with me to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so over here at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Tip your waitress. What's up, Scott? V, I think you dropped something. It better be money. All right, let's go ahead and move on. What's going on, Scott? Let's go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. I hope you guys are good. What's going on? All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your person. In your feelings is the Ace of Cups reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed for how you see this person. Your actions, the Temperance. This person's feelings, the Two of Swords. How they see you is the Four of Pentacles reversed. And the Sun for their actions. Okay, got a little bit of fire at the end here. I like it. Let's see. Ace of Cups reversed with the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Cups reversed? The Four of Swords reversed. I still feel like you're not really healed from something. Okay, so even if this is something new, you may be wanting to communicate with this person, but you could still feel like you're being held back by something from the past. Okay, so it could be a little bit difficult, but I feel like you're trying to keep an open mind. If this is all about the same person, then I still think that there are some unhealed things between you and this person. And so I feel like you're really trying not to drain yourself. I think that you're trying to make the right decisions. You're trying to handle it the best that you can, and you're just trying to make practical, balanced, and healthy decisions, essentially. And I feel like with that Four of Swords reverse, there are still some things that you have yet to overcome, but that's also okay. What do we want to talk about with that Ace of Swords? The Two of Cups reversed. If there was like a misunderstanding or if there was a disconnect between you and them, you're definitely wanting to talk about it because I think that you have a little bit more clarity now than you did before, whatever that means. Okay. Well, you know, this is like, this is like when a wife is mad at her husband and he knows he messed up, maybe, but she's not really talking to him. She's being kind of like silent, because she's not mad. She's just disappointed. That's kind of like how you view this person. Like they're not furious or super mad, but they are disappointed. And you may feel like they're rejecting you. It's like interesting because I think that you still feel like they're nurturing this in some way, okay? Or like they're committed or they are nurturing this or something, maybe, okay? But there's still this level of self-worth that you feel that this person has. And so I think that because of that, whatever has occurred, they may be just disappointed or rejecting this in some way. For some of you, it can be that you feel like they're ungrateful for something. For a few of you, that can be it as well. But now this is just how you see them. Okay, so it's your truth. Maybe it's not necessarily theirs, maybe it is, but you feel like this person takes care of themselves, like they're attractive. Maybe they're a business woman or a businessman, or they're very focused on their material world and their physical world and things like that. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who takes care of themselves very, very well, usually. Okay, so your actions. Okay. I feel like you'll take anything at this point. Like, if I'm going to be honest, Scorpio, I feel like you would even be okay with just being friends, like with that Three of Cups. Because the Temperance can be where we're like, okay, it's fine, right? Okay, it's fine about what? Well, the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So it's fine that we had a missed opportunity, but like, can we be friends or can we at least get together for a cup of coffee or something like that? That's what it looks like to me. So this person's feelings, they don't trust you. They don't trust you. The Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups reversed. It's like they either don't trust you or they're feeling some kind of way about it. They just want their peace. They're trying to maybe avoid this a little bit. It can be a bit of a stalemate energy as well, but there's this feeling of them being like, you know what, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I'm smelling good. They're feeling themselves a little bit. They're okay with themselves right now. They may be okay with being by themselves or being alone, focused on their money and whatever it may be. But there is a sense of independence in them, essentially trying to enjoy life. Why the Queen of Cups reversed? Aww, there you are, Scorpio. Wah, wah. What's up, Deb? How you doing, cutie? They love you, but they may not trust that you love them the same. They may like not trust the feelings that you have or that you say you have for whatever reason. Okay. So how they see you, okay. Four of Pentacles reverse, Seven of Wands, Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay. So, this is like when have you ever seen those videos, like the jokey videos where like the wife or the woman is on her period? And so the guy is just like scared. And so he just starts throwing like chocolate and Cheetos and like wine at her, but like from a distance. Alien. Um, that's how they see you. That's what this reminds me of. Like you're just like, throwing chocolates and love at them from a distance because you're afraid to get too close, but they see you taking a chance. You're willing to risk it all, you know, kind of vibe. So I like it. It's cute. They don't view you as like disgusting or anything. They think what you may be doing in the near future was pretty cute. Maybe this is during Saturn retrograde, or maybe this is during Mercury retrograde, right? Which is all going to be kind of happening at the same time. Neptune is also retrograde. Okay. Fuck me, right? So maybe it's like Saturn goes retrograde on the 13th. Mercury goes retrograde on the 17th, and then I think it goes direct on the 11th. And I think it goes direct in November, something like that. So maybe during that time, maybe during your season, baby. I don't know. But it's cute. Ooh, wow. Oh, shit. Well, isn't that funny? That's literally how you view them as the Queen of Pentacles. It just came out in a different deck. What's that moon? The Chariot. Oh, they may commit to you. Okay. If they're not already committed, they may like recommit to you or commit to you. The sun and the moon is really interesting to me. I mean, what a beautiful energy. And then with the Chariot on top of that, this person has I don't want to say has the hots, like has the sweets for you. Is that where you could say it? Like this person um has affection. And I think that they're emotionally driven towards making it work. And I think that there are deep emotions that they have for you. Maybe they don't always reveal them, but I think that they will, because that sun is next to the moon. And the sun is going to, put on display everything that's hidden in the dark in a positive way. And so it feels like this person is very committed to you, whether you realize it or not. So for the first person, don't let your past hold you back, and house two. So, if there are some financial issues that you're needing to clean up, do that. If there are some old priorities or values that no longer align with who you are, maybe you're needing to let go of that. Maybe it's around self-esteem or self-worth as well, because that can also be house two. So maybe you're needing to reevaluate those things. Maybe that's what's stopping you. A fiery climax approaches for the second person and house seven. Yikes. Well, okay. Well, I guess you can prepare for maybe some intimacy, is how I'm kind of reading that. There can be some intimacy if that's something that you're interested in. But I think that if you open the door to this person, it's going to be very hard to close. So something to kind of keep in mind. Right. How's the sweets for you? That's cute, right? Instead of the hots, how's the sweets for you? Oh, I thought that was cute. Thank you, Lori. So that is what I have for you, Scorpios. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read, then you can visit hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Cherry Blossom, you can just go there and it will show you. Alrighty. You're welcome, Scott. Yes, you Scorpios got a decent ass reading. Listen, I'm a Venus in Scorpio, okay? I'm rooting for you. Trust me. Okay. Hello, Mr. Bear. Do you have a beard? Is that why you call yourself Mr. Bear? Pictures or you're lying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Sagittarius. I'm just kidding. All righty, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on for you and your person. Okay, Eight of Swords reverse for your feelings. Judgment reverse for how you see this person. I have Scorpio here, Taurus, Hierophant for your actions. The Star for their feelings. The Devil reversed for how they see you. Maybe you're empowering yourself here. Eight of Pentacles reversed for their actions. Let's see that Eight of Swords reversed. Oh, fuck. Sorry. All right. You're not doing shit if I'm you're not really doing anything, Sagittarius. You're showing up as a masculine. Okay, so if you're a feminine, reverse it, but you're not really doing anything. You're kind of just sitting there. Why? The Hangman reversed. You're having a hard time understanding their perspective or understanding really what you should even do, or if there are some things that still need to be let go of in the relationship. You know, you may be having a hard time on how to do that or how to reconcile, or you may be having a difficult time letting go of your own ego as well. You could be being very critical of yourself, critical of this person, critical of the relationship, incredibly hesitant, even maybe isolating in some way. But it's this fear of coming out of your comfort zone, or really a fear of asserting yourself, honestly. It feels like a fear of asserting yourself. And I think a lot of it has to do with you being in your head. Why the Two of Wands reversed? Yeah, I told you, being critical. I told you. Knight of Pentacles reverse. It's like this being overly critical of yourself, overly critical of another person, overly critical over the situation. And so what's going on is you're in your head, you're, you know, calculating everything and nothing at the same time, and it's getting you nowhere. You know, and you feel that, and you know that. And for some of you, okay, for a very small few of you, you may feel emasculated in some way, or it can just be that you feel like you don't really have control over the situation, and you're really uncertain on how to decide or how to kind of move about, or really what to do. So it kind of feels like your feelings are getting in the way, or your head is getting in the way, something like that. Thanks, Tammy. How you see this person, you may feel like this person has shut you out, or they're in this mode of healing right now, and you could feel like either A, feel like they're refusing to take accountability, and so they're not reconciling with you, or you feel like they don't want to reconcile with you. Okay, maybe there's nothing they have to take accountability for per se, but you may feel like they don't want to come together with you because of something that occurred in the past, and you still feel like they're holding on to it. And so you also view them as somebody who's kind of become indifferent to the situation because of whatever that Six of Cups reversed. What is the Six of Cups reversed? The Fool. This person may feel like you did something. Mm, you feel like they're holding a grudge based on some kind of maybe new beginning that you had, or something that you did that was maybe a little bit reckless. Okay. Well, that's not going to stop you. It looks like you're taking action. You're trying. Okay. So, how do I put this? You are trying to, um, hold on. I want to make sure that I get this right. I don't know how to put, I don't know how to say this. It's like you're trying to put out a forest fire the same way you tried to put out a birthday candle. Like, but you're trying, but the opposite. Like, you're trying to make the fire happen. Sorry. You know, um, because it's like you're trying to have this commitment, and you're trying to commit, or you're trying to show up in maybe this traditional way, but you're like, hey, you want to get married in Reno, wasted in our biker shorts? Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I'm not saying that you're proposing, but it's like, I think that you really want a commitment, or you want something of value, but you're trying to be more lighthearted about it. So it's kind of like the way that you're approaching what it is that you want. You wouldn't think to normally approach something like that, like the way that you're doing it. Does that make sense? Thank you, Sun Love. I appreciate that. So interesting. This person's feelings for you. I feel like you're this King of Swords in this person's feelings because you're showing up as a masculine. This person still has hope with you. And I think that they still have belief that it can work. But that Ten of Cups reverse tells me that they're not really feeling very emotionally supportive towards you right now. Why is that? The Ace of Wands. One more. The Sun. Because they want you to take more initiative. They want you to take more initiative. They want you to take the lead. There is nothing more infuriating like wanting a man to take the lead and they're just like standing there like the iPhone emoji. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Just forget it. And I'm just fucking with you, Sag. But I think it's something like that. It feels like it's like that. Like they want you to take initiative. They want you to be honest. They want you to open up. They want you to be optimistic. They want to know what you're thinking. They want you to initiate conversation. They want you to be open-minded. They want you to be fair, things like this. And the thing is that they hope that you do. They have hope that you will. Like I think that they believe in you, or they believe in this. But more initiative, I think. What's up, Zalani? How you doing, baby? I hope that didn't sound harsh. Ooh. I feel like that Empress is this person. Reverse this if you guys need to, okay? For some of you, they either feel like you got into another relationship, or for others of you, this person knows their value. Like, I'm going to be honest. This person really feels like they know their value. And I think that they also see yours. I think that they view you as somebody that is committal or can commit if they really want to. And I think that they view you in the coming weeks like overcoming something that has disempowered you prior. So whether that's an addiction or a fear or whatever it may be. So they see you empowering yourself. And I even think that because it's like if you're showing up as the emperor reversed in your feelings and they're viewing you as the king of pentacles, it almost feels as though maybe you are trying to contort yourself or be something that you really weren't. And it seems like they feel as though you're kind of being maybe more authentic is what I'm getting for some reason. But they're looking right at you, you know, they're very focused on you. There can be a commitment here. I feel like there's going to be a commitment here if there's not already, or maybe the commitment gets better if there already is one. The Eight of Pentacles reversed with the Magician and the Five of Swords reversed. I'll be honest. I think this person is wanting you to take the lead because I feel like they're showing up as the Empress, and I think that they want you to take initiative, in my opinion. And so they're not really putting in a whole lot of action. They're more like manifesting it, not really acting on it per se. They're not like so determined to like show you or, you know, it almost feels like balls in your court in some way. So for the first person, your advice or your message is the answers you need are coming and earth. So I feel like a very grounded perspective as well as a very grounded conversation is needing to happen. Second person, you're very close to achieving your goal in house 4. Ooh. So second person, side note, if you've been waiting on like a home or a family situation to take off, I feel like this might be the time, or maybe like a home-based business for some of you. For others of you, if you've been trying to like either live with this person or have this person move back in with you, or, you know, if you've been trying to be more vulnerable or have this person be more vulnerable, right? House 4 is a natural Cancerian house. But it can be about being vulnerable, listening to your intuition. It can also be about the past. But if there's something that you're trying to achieve, maybe in regards to this person specifically, I feel like you're very close, or they're very close. The first person is like close to being that, if that makes sense. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read, you can do so by visiting hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot. It's getting a little dark in here. Okay. You're welcome, Mr. Bear. Well, I don't really think that that did anything. I don't think that did anything. Did it do? It didn't really do anything. Oh well, whatever. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. All righty. Capricorn. What's up, Capricorn? How are you? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Six of Wands reversed for your feelings. Thanks, Mr. Bear. Thank you. I did that. It didn't help. Okay. It did not help. Nine of Swords for how you view this person. The Five of Wands for your actions. And their feelings is the Strength. Lots of Leo energy going on here. Ooh, the Three of Cups reversed for how they see you. Four of Wands for their actions. Seven of Pentacles for the Six of Wands reversed in your feelings with the Hermit. To be honest, it feels like you're really investing in yourself. I think that a lot of you are invested in your mental health. You're not really looking for any unwanted attention. I don't think that you want any drama, but here's your actions in the future. So we'll have to see. But you know, I think that you're a little frustrated because you wanted something to change, or you wanted something to be different, or maybe you had certain expectations, but you know that didn't really happen, or you know you didn't meet someone didn't meet those expectations. So it seems like what you're doing is you're trying to invest in self. You're trying to focus on your mental health. You're trying to stop looking for things outside of you to validate you. You are trying to validate you. And I think it's just more about you focusing on yourself more than anything. What's the Hermit? The Justice reversed. I think that there may be some imbalance in your life. And I feel like you're trying to find it again. I still think you're invested in this person though, but you don't really seem to be giving it a whole lot of attention. But you are still invested. Maybe taking some time out to yourself. Nine of Swords, King of Cups for how you view them with the Knight of Swords reversed. Are you stressed about whether or not this person loves you, or are you stressed about their feelings for you? Is that what it is? Thanks, Deb. It feels like you're stressed out on whether this person still loves you, because you may feel like they're not communicating it, or they're not super open about their emotions all the time, or maybe you wish they would say more. What's that Nine of Swords? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, I told you, you wish they'd say more. Oh, I think you really love them. I do think you love them. For some of you, this person feels like your safe place. Like this is your safe place. But you may feel they're just kind of taking a passive approach, or taking your lead, following your lead. Mm. Now we have a King and a Queen of Cups. This is your actions. So or these are your actions. The Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Four of Cups. You're very conflicted. I don't know if you're really, if you actually are creating drama externally. It feels more internal with that Queen of Cups reversed and that Hermit. I think that you're what are these feelings about? What's that Queen of Cups reversed? The Three of Wands. You're waiting for a signal that you can trust this person, because you're really in your feelings, but your feelings aren't going anywhere. They're not going in a place. It's just going to more disappointment. And you could feel like you've had enough of disappointment. I think there's mutual love, but I also think that there's mutual distrust between the two of you as well. This person's feelings for you, the Strength, the Seven of Wands reversed, and the Ten of Swords. There's still passion there. There's still something there, but they're holding back. They could feel a bit defensive, or they could feel like they just can't maintain the success you guys have already had, whatever that may be. And so why the Ten of Swords? The Tower reversed. Maybe somebody didn't let go of something, or there was a refusal of somebody to change. Somebody needed to change something or let go of something, and there was a refusal to do so. Like something needed to be rebuilt, but it just wasn't, not really. And so I don't think that there's like necessarily an intimidation, because the Strength is there. The Seven of Wands reverse can sometimes point to intimidation. I don't think that's there. I think it's more of like feeling defenseless, or feeling defensive, feeling like they don't really have a leg to stand on, something like that. But there's still passion there, but they feel like this is over, or they feel like it's done or something. Mm. That's how they see you. 3 of Cups reversed, 8 of Cups reversed, 5 of Pentacles. Well, they either feel like you're going back to a third party, okay, for some of you, or they could feel like you kind of come and go, or you think about coming back around and then you just kind of leave it. Or maybe you know, touch base and then you leave, or something like that. But they're looking at you like you're leaving them out in the cold. You're not reconciling. You're fighting yourself on whether or not to repeat a cycle, really. I feel like they have something that they want to get off their chest, maybe. The 4 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Temperance reversed. I feel like they're trying to be welcoming. I feel like they welcome you in their space. They're trying to be welcoming, but it doesn't really, they may be trying to fight for this as well with that 9 of Wands, because they're not happy how things were left with that Temperance reversed. So for the first person, it says, don't let pride get in your way. And then we have trine. Well, trine is of the same energy as Jupiter. So it's a very harmonious aspect. It's when things can just flow easily and they just kind of fall right into your lap. So whatever you want, I feel like you could have it for the most part, but pride may get in your way with something. And so it may be telling you to kind of let that go if you want things to go more easily. For the second person, we have the Sun and House 6. This is making me feel like a little humility can go a long way. I feel like the bottom person's issue is ego and the top person's issue is pride. And I say that because, well, we have don't let pride get in your way. And this says full moon in Leo. And then we have the Sun, which is also Leo, and it can represent the ego. But House 6 is more of a house of service. It's a house of humility. I have a stellium there. Okay. But it's making me feel like ask what you can give, not ask what you can receive. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you're like a taker or anything like that, but that's kind of what that looks like to me. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Divine Timing? Kind of a sad reading, but I feel like it's a little bittersweet, honestly. All right, there. Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. Oh, crap. Let me shuffle these damn cards first. It's nice to see you in here, Shannon. I hope you're doing good. Okay. Okay. All right. Aquarius, let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Okay. Queen of Swords reversed. You seem a little pissed. How you see this person? King of Wands reversed. Well, that would be why. Page of Pentacles for your actions towards them. Okay, still putting in an effort, are we? 9 of Pentacles reverse for their feelings for you. The 2 of Pentacles for how they see you. I think I heard that they don't feel like you're being unreasonable. So I don't know what you're doing or what you're not doing. They don't feel like you're being unreasonable. I don't know why I heard that. The Six of Pentacles for your actions towards them. Oh, shit. Was there another woman involved? Is that what's going on here? Queen of Swords reversed, Three of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed? Ooh. There could definitely be another woman here, okay? Kind of some third party energies. For some of you, it can be a same sex relationship, but if there's a third party, you're fucking pissed. Okay? If there is, you are furious. That's pretty much it. And you have not let it go. And you can be feeling very unhinged in the coming weeks, okay? I feel like this would already be something that you're aware of, okay? So I don't feel like this is like, oh, I feel like this is something that's been happening that you would already know about. For others of you, if it's not about a third party, I don't know what this bitch did to piss you off. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they said, but you seem angry to the point of either jealousy or being, quite frankly, furious. And you're not over it. Whatever the thing is, you are not over it. And what I do want to say though, Aquarius, is be very cautious on how you conduct yourself, because you can really find that this person may trigger something in you that takes you out of character and allows you to act in a way that you won't necessarily be proud of later. Okay. Something that was said, something you found out. For some of you, this can be a relationship at a distance. The King of Wands reversed, the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords for how you view this person. You could feel like this individual is trying to hide the truth or is trying to avoid a truth as well. I do think that you find them very sexy or desirable in some way, but you probably feel like the ego is unattractive. There could be like an arrogance or an ego that this person has. You know, maybe they're not a very good leader. Maybe you find that they're actually more feminine than masculine. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, but that King of Wands reversed is, what's that King of Wands reversed? Ace of Pentacles reversed. You could feel like they're in their ego about a missed opportunity, or you could feel like they think they're too good to put in the work, you know, to really do the work. What's that High Priestess? The Page of Wands. You feel like they're keeping a message from you, keeping some kind of communication from you. Like they're trying to avoid a truth, is what you think. Good night, Kenneth. Oh, that's so sweet, Kenneth. Thank you. That's so nice. What's that Seven of Cups? Nine of Cups reverse. I still feel like you're going to try to put in an effort. You're going to try to take a chance. You know, Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Cups. And you're like, well, what am I going to get? You know, you're taking a chance, but you don't really know what you're going to get. For some of you, you're deciding to honestly explore your options. You're like, fuck this. I don't need this. I'm going to take a risk where it may be appreciated, but you may find that, you know, it's not really what you want. Like if you go looking for something else, you may be doing it kind of on a whim, and you may be like, yeah, no, this is not what I want. So just be cautious of that, because I do feel like you're putting in a gallant effort. Now, for others of you, it is that you are putting an effort towards this person. But you may fall back, or you may fall into this kind of delusion or illusion or fantasy, but it's not really it's not truly what you want. So be cautious with that, because you're showing up as like very practical at first, and then it's like you take a risk and you kind of fall back into this delusion illusion kind of vibe. You know what I mean? This person's feelings, well, they feel bad, so I guess that's good. Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, and the Five of Cups. So this is somebody who doesn't feel good enough. And so they may feel as though they need to lie, or they need to overpromise things, because they may feel like they couldn't get you or keep you if they were to be honest. So this can be like the kind of person who lies about how much money they make. or, you know, lies that they don't have a wife or a husband and they actually do, or, you know, I don't know how to say that's what it is, but, and so then they can't really deliver when the time comes. And so they could feel like there's a misunderstanding or a disconnect because of that specifically. And now they have regrets about it. Point blank. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Lover's reverse for how they see you. What's up, Bree? Okay. I think that they feel like you're just trying to hold it all together. And they may feel like you're trying to avoid either getting cheated on, or you're trying to avoid communication, or they may feel like you're trying to avoid some kind of unrequited love situation. Really. It's like, it just feels like they see you as trying to hold it all together and trying to make sure that you do not get hurt in the process. Because I think you've already been hurt by this person, maybe. And I think that they feel like you're at this point, you're just trying to protect yourself, really, at the end of the day. So maybe you're avoiding communication. Maybe you're just trying to avoid them. Maybe you're just trying to keep some cards close to the chest. Whoops, wrong cards. Well, there you go. I mean, this is this person's actions. So they see your value. Believe me that they do. That's probably why they feel like they had to lie in order to get you. Sorry, cross watcher. Okay. Reverse it if you need to. But this person seems to be giving to you, and they're not just giving to you, they may be buying you fucking flowers, you know. Six of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like the type to sweep you off your feet, romance you a little bit. Six of Pentacles can be like buying you something. For some of you, that can be it. Maybe they're taking you out to dinner. They're trying to butter you up. And I think that they're trying to get to a point of closure so that way you guys can begin again, maybe in a different way. But it feels really positive. What are their intentions? Ugh. Page of Swords reversed. They may be trying to find something out. Like they may be trying to figure out like, does Aquarius still love me? Is Aquarius still interested? Because they may be kind of getting in their head about certain things. So for the first person, you have a personal issue reaches a resolution and Gemini. I feel like there was some kind of miscommunication, and I feel like it's going to be discussed. So I think that you can probably bet on some kind of decision being made after a conversation that the both of you have, and something finally coming to a culmination and like making more sense. For the second person, it's time to release negativity and house 12. So any kind of secrets that you've been keeping, or if there's addictions or mental health issues or whatever it is, it's time for those things to be released. Person number two. Okay. So that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Fucking Sean cracks me up. I feel you, Bree. I probably need one too, honestly. All right, Pisces, what's going on? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Three of Pentacles and your feelings. You could work with this person. Death reversed for how you see them. Scorpio energy. The Eight of Pentacles for your actions towards them. And their feelings is the Ace of Swords. How you, how they see you is the Knight of Cups reversed. And the Strength reversed for their actions towards you. Okay. Well, let's see. The Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is making me feel like let bygones be bygones. I do think that there was some kind of missed opportunity between the two of you, but you seem to be trying to get on the same page. And I don't feel like you're just doing it in vain. It feels like you're trying to understand, like, how can we make this work, or how can we get along? You know, even if it's not necessarily with the intention of a relationship, it just feels like you're trying to understand this person. You may even feel like you guys are on the same page about a missed opportunity or something like that. And you're not trying to force anything with that Wheel of Fortune. You're just trying to like be amicable, and you're just like, well, whatever happens happens. I'm just going to try to be of a higher mind about it. I'm just going to be optimistic and just kind of let go of control and just whatever, right? It doesn't mean that I can't be cordial or be nice, or maybe you are in a relationship with this person and you guys are working on a team towards maybe a bigger goal. That can be it as well. How you see them is the Death reversed, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, maybe it's new, but I feel like with that Death reversed, I don't think so. You may feel like this person still has some things that they're needing to work on or that they're needing to change, and maybe they haven't quite made that, gone towards that evolutionary process yet. But I feel like with that Ace of Wands, you do feel like they're taking initiative. You may feel like they're working towards it. It feels like there may be some intimacy potentially in the coming weeks. And it feels like it's kind of slow and steady wins the race. So you see them taking their time, you see them taking action towards you, but you may feel like they're taking a while. This reminds me of, whose reading was that? I can't remember whose reading. Somebody else had the Ace of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles like that. So you may feel like while they're taking their time with this, or taking their time in regards to acting on you, you may feel like there's a lot of tension or fire kind of burning under that. You know what I mean? So maybe they're trying to do it right. Like, if, for instance, if this is a new connection, maybe they're trying to do it right. Maybe they're trying to open the door and they're trying to wait till the third date to, sleep together or whatever. Okay, but you like, no, you're like, yeah, I know you want to hit this or whatever. Okay, I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's that vibe. Your actions, Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Four of Wands. So, you know, a little work, a little play. You don't trust it. You definitely don't trust it. Why is that? The Ten of Wands, because of, maybe if this is a past connection, maybe because of how it ended before, or maybe because this person has been a pain in your ass. Okay. And you may feel like this is very emotionally laborious, or it has been emotionally laborious. And I feel like you're trying to put in an effort towards that. Like you're really setting the standard. You're trying to be welcoming. You're welcoming this person in your space, but you don't trust them. Your time's coming, Alexis. Mm. Guys, this is going to be a hard one, okay? But I got to be honest with you. Um, this person feels like they have clarity on the situation. Um, and that Judgment reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed, they feel like they have to walk away. They feel like they have to walk away, and it can be because maybe they don't want to take accountability for something, or maybe they're just even taking a little bit of a time out right now because they may feel like their investment, so to speak, isn't really getting a return, or maybe they feel like you've lost your patience in one way or another. So it doesn't have to be like they're walking away for sure, but I do think that they're trying to get some clarity, and that may uh they may be encouraged to take some time to get that clarity, or to give themselves that clarity, honestly. um what's the clarity? What's the Ace of Swords? The Queen of Wands. So if you're the feminine, this person may feel as though you're jealous, or you're really moody, or that you have anger issues. Okay, whatever the thing is. For others of you, if this is the feminine, then they may feel like this is toxic, or this connection or this dynamic instills those feelings in them, and they may not like that. How they see you is the Knight of Cups reversed, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Swords reversed. They feel like you're jealous, or they feel like you're stuck on whatever the thing was that made you jealous. They feel like you're stuck on that, but they feel like it's in your head, or they feel like you won't like let it go, or you keep revisiting whatever that is inside of your mind that is making you feel that way. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's just how they see you. So they don't really see you as taking much action. They feel like you're still stuck on something that kind of puts you in a mood or made you feel some type of way. I don't know. The Strength reversed, the Star, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like they're picking themselves apart. They're not feeling so confident for some reason. Like they're not feeling so confident. I think that they still have hope. And I think there may even be some level of healing between the two of you, honestly. I really do. But this person is feeling not good enough for some reason. They feel like they're not good enough for you. And I don't know why that is, but they just don't feel like they're good enough for you, or they're never going to live up to some idea of like what you want or whatever. So for the first person, nothing is yet set in stone and Uranus. So nothing is yet set in stone is basically saying like things can change, Uranus. It's just that we're needing to think differently or act differently in order to get a different result. Second person, your advice or message is communication is key and the moon. This is really about being vulnerable and expressing your deepest fears, concerns, and worries. And it's going to be hard because these are probably things that you're afraid of or afraid to do, but you have to do them as long as you want this, right? So that is what I have for you, Pisces and Crosswatcher. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, get your cards read during the live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Have a good one. Okay, last but not least, we got Aries. Uh, thanks, Carmen. That's so nice. Oh shit. I think I need to feed Valeria. Hold on. I know I'm looking kind of tan, right? Looking a little tan. Oh, bitch, you already have food. She already has food. Never mind. All right, let's go. God, Alexis, I feel so bad. I hope it's worth it. Just be like, bitch, that didn't resonate at all. Okay, let's see. Um, Aries. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person. Ten of Swords reverse is in your feelings. The Seven of Swords for how you see this person. The Three of Cups reversed for your actions in the coming weeks. Their feelings, the Three of Wands. The Six of Pentacles for how they see you. And the Magician reversed. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Carmen. Yeah, Carmen, I don't have that natural tan like you Latinas. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Magician reversed for their actions. So let's see. What's that Five of Swords? Mm. So let me talk to you really quick, right? Ten of Swords reversed, Five of Swords, Empress reversed. What's clarifying the Five of Swords is the Four of Pentacles, okay? Sometimes when we know that something is not good for us, we tend to hold on to it anyway, not because we want something that's not good for us, but because there's something unhealed within us. And maybe that was because our parents abandoned us when we were younger, or we had a caretaker who abused us in some way. And so maybe we lived with a parent who we constantly had to monitor their emotions. And so we were walking on eggshells for our entire life. And so now that's what we have been taught, or what has been ingrained inside of our brains to uh make us believe that that's what love is, or that's just how love is in general, and that's just how it works. And so what happens is, in adulthood, if those things are not resolved, we bring them into our relationships, and we find our parents or our caretakers, or our lack thereof, in our romantic partners. And so then we tend to stay longer than we should, or we tend to give more than we should. And that leaves us in a very empty place, but we can be so determined uh, to hold on at whatever cost, even if it's to our own detriment. And it drains us in the process, and we lose a piece of ourselves every time. And it kind of feels like that with you a little bit. How you view this person is the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups reversed. I feel like you're this Queen of Swords because you're showing up as the Empress reverse. So I feel like you're a feminine. You could have strong Libra placements for some of you. Okay, not for all of you. Maybe a Taurus placement as well. Tell me about that Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. You feel like they're full of it, you know, and I honestly think that while you may have these self-worth issues, self-esteem issues, you know the truth. I think that you have a lot of wisdom, but you don't always apply it because sometimes the baggage outweighs the wisdom, you know? So you allow your self-worth issues to the song that I'm releasing tonight on my Where Dead Flowers Bloom poetry page kind of touches on this a little bit. And so I think that you're allowing this baggage, or this self-esteem issues, to make your decisions for you, as opposed to the wisdom that you've accumulated up until this point. Oh, thanks, Carmen. You know they're full of shit. But those mommy or daddy issues, or whatever it is, it's like, but maybe I love them, you know? Is this going towards this person? No. Aries, I feel like you're getting a clue. You know, you don't seem to be engaging with them. You don't seem to be talking to them. I think what you're doing is you're setting out on creating opportunities for yourself that make you feel good on an individual level, that doesn't really have anything to do with anyone else. Because the Nine of Cups is about what makes me happy, what I love, what I like to do. And I feel like this is going to eventually lead you to a relationship while you're focusing on yourself. Why do I say that? Because the Nine of Cups is here. When you add the Ace of Cups, that's a 10 of Cups, which is a relationship. And isn't that how it works? When we are focused on ourselves and we're focusing on the things that we love, we tend to usually attract somebody that is more authentic to us. And I feel like that's what may happen if you're interested. Three in this person's feelings is the Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands reversed. I feel like they're waiting to get on the same page, or they want to get on the same page with you. You know, they want to be able to get along, they want to be amicable. Some of you could work with this person, for a few of you, not for all of you, but they may be waiting on that to happen. And I don't necessarily know what they're waiting on, but they are waiting. They don't want to fight. They don't want to argue. They don't want any drama. Believe it or not, they really don't. I really don't think that they want that. I think that there's something about you that may bring peace to this person's life sometimes, or they could feel like you're kind of their peaceful place in a way. What do they want with this person? The Seven of Wands. I feel like they don't want to be left out in the cold. But I also think that there's a defensiveness, or like a feeling a need to maintain some kind of space between you and them for some reason. How they see you. Oh, they see you as the Six of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Three of Swords. I really think, Aries, that this person sees you as, no matter how many times you get your heart broken, or how many times they hurt you, or someone hurts you, you still show up, and you're still giving, and you're still fair, and you're still honest, or you try to be, and you're generous, and they see your value, and they feel like you see value in others, and you try to accommodate that, and you try to do the right thing regardless of your feelings. You know, you don't let it destroy you, I guess you could say. Like, you don't let it destroy your heart, you know, like you don't turn into the villain. Maybe sometimes, right? But not all the time. This person's actions, the Magician reversed, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Cups reversed. They have a lot of doubts. Okay, let me put it like that. This person has a lot of doubts. They don't have a whole lot of confidence in their talents, gifts, skills, or abilities, or they don't have a lot of confidence to try to manifest this. And they seem to be pretty stressed out. They seem to be worried. What are they so worried about? The Fool, one more. The Five of Cups, that they're not going to have a new beginning with you, or that you're not going to take action, or that you're maybe going to leave them behind. And that Page of Cups reverse, if I'm going to be honest, they don't really seem to be being like truly honest to God vulnerable. They seem to be playing the victim, even if they're the victim in their own head. Or maybe they're just feeling sorry for themselves or something like that. But there's like a lot of stress, a lot of, I feel like this person has a lot of childhood wounds as well. For the first person, you have hold your vision and conjunction. Do not keep your eye off the ball, Aries, or whoever the first person is. Don't keep your eye off the ball in regards to what you want on an individual level, because you will get it. And the more that you follow what it is that you want on an individual level, instead of worrying about what everybody else wants from you, that's when you're probably going to meet your match, or that's when you're going to meet your partner, or that's when you're going to, you know, hit the jackpot in some way. So keeping authentic to you and what you want. The second person, we have your hard work is paying off in house one. So the work that you've been doing on self, because house one is about the self. It can also be about your physical body. So maybe you're doing some workouts, or Maybe you're trying to do some work in regards to not just how people perceive you, but how you perceive people or how you perceive the world, where your outlook is on life, something like that, how you conduct yourself, things like that. It's basically everything about you. So your hard work will pay off or is paying off if you have been working towards that. So that is what I have for you, Aries and Crosswatcher. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot, Aries. Take care. Okay. I don't know, Nor. To be honest, I honestly thought I thought your name said something else. I'm not going to say what I thought it was because I feel like that is inappropriate. All right. So first I have to answer Courtney because she had asked a question the other day. And then we are going to go on to my Hypsee super chatters. All right, 2 more shuffles. Thank you guys for waiting. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So, Lori, thank you so much for doing the timestamps all the time. You really are a fucking rock star. I love you. Let's go ahead and do Courtney, 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 Courtney. There she is. All right. So, Courtney B. Hey B, I was going to sit back, but now I need to know if I'm the asshole in these. Sorry, my cat. I'm the asshole in these reads. What's coming for me this week? Okay. Do you actually want me to ask if you're the asshole? Let's see. Is Courtney the asshole in these reads? No, I don't think so. The Hermit and the Ten of Cups. No, you're somebody who's very self-aware, wise. Maybe you're going through a bit of an emotional dark night of the soul. Maybe there are some things a relationship taught you about yourself. I think that you're somebody who's a commitment person or a committal person. I think that you have a lot of love to give, but I think you need to give a lot of love to yourself. I think that maybe sometimes you seek out external validation when really it's just you yourself, that you need to believe in you and your journey, and something that you may be looking for outside of yourself you've had the entire time. So no sweat. So no, I don't think that you're the asshole in the reads. What's coming for you this week? So you wrote this a couple of days ago, so we'll say for this coming week, this from this weekend to this coming week. Let's see, what can she expect? The Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Why the Queen of Pentacles reversed? The Lovers reversed. You can be feeling like you need some more communication in your life, or You know, maybe you feel like something's not mutual between you and another person. Maybe there was some miscommunication. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe you feel like nobody's really lining up with your values and whatever. And so you can be feeling a little insecure about that. But I really think that if you just put in the effort towards taking care of yourself and working towards your long-term goals, I think that that will really change your story, I guess you could say, because it seems like money's pretty good, or there's something that you have established that may be doing pretty well, but just make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. The world reversed, there may be some kind of unfinished business that you're needing to deal with. I'm going to pull you an extra one for waiting. What is that world reversed? It can be something that you're fighting for. So I heard rights. Are you fighting for your rights? Okay, I doubt that, but I don't know. With this world right now, who fucking knows, right? But it can be like your values or your morals or some kind of like spiritual warfare you feel like you're going through. There can be some unfinished business or something that needs to be finished in regards to education or a commitment of some sort or some kind of connection that you have to another person. But it can also be like things that you're doing that are more from on a spiritual plane that you feel like you need to complete, right? So maybe you're needing to, I don't know, maybe you want to go to church more. I don't know, you know, and you're like, ah, shit, I need to go back. Or maybe you're wanting to meditate more, or maybe it's something else. Your advice is you are good enough. So I feel like that was just something that I was telling you. So prove it to yourself, like prove it to you that you're good enough, you know? Because that yang energy is telling you to be proactive about you are good enough. So show yourself how you are good enough, you know, remind yourself about the things that you love about you. And what I've realized that like when it comes to love, for instance, I was like, man, you know, the way that sometimes I treat my body or I treat myself, or like when I eat like shit, for instance, I'm just like, that's not even respecting myself. How can I be a vibrational match to bring in somebody that respects me if I can't even do these minimal things, you know, these, uh, um, foundational, fundamental things that are about me respecting me, you know? And that's what I mean by that. And so I had to like show up for myself and be like, you know what, bitch, you are worth it. Stop eating that fucking ice cream. You know, stop blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that you need to stop eating ice cream. I'm just talking about like these fundamental things and being a vibrational match to maybe whom you're wanting to attract. Does that make sense? So that's what I have for you, Courtney. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much for waiting on me. All right, now on to Hypsee Super Chatters. All right, we have number one. Okay, so let's see if this can, what potential this connection has. What is the highest potential of this connection? The Sun, the Chariot reversed, the Two of Wands. Okay. So I feel like it looks optimistic with the Sun there. This can be a connection that ends up being very playful, fun, romantic, sweet, you know, maybe potentially you guys get going to business together or something like that. But that Chariot reverse does tell me that someone may feel pressured or fear may start to set in. And that can be because both people or one person is asked to let go of an old way of living or an old way of thinking and is essentially asked to come out of their comfort zone. So I feel like this is probably going to pressure you guys to choose different or act different in order to get a different result. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone and it's going to likely feel very uncomfortable. Tell me about that Chariot reversed, the Two of Cups reversed. You guys could have a lot of misunderstandings or disconnects because somebody's trying to pressure the other person too much, or because there's fear, there's a lack of courage somewhere. But I also feel like because that Chariot and that Two of Cups is double Cancerian energy, Cancer is about being very vulnerable. So I feel like the vulnerability could be the issue. I don't think like having fun and being playful is the issue. I think that being vulnerable and coming to an emotional understanding is going to be an issue. What is his actions towards her within the next 2 weeks? Okay, so I like this. You got the devil and the angel. Okay, so we have the temperance, which is like the angel, and then we have the devil reversed, which is the devil, right? So there seems to be maybe he seems to be at peace with wherever you guys are at in the next couple of weeks. So, you know, he's being very patient. I think with that devil reversed, there are certain things he's trying to re-empower himself around. He may be realizing that something in his life is very toxic. He's toxic. Maybe he has an addiction. There's something negative in his life that he's realizing he must make peace with, or something like that. So it feels more of a balancing act. It feels more of an internal job as well. I'm not saying anything negative, though, necessarily. Your advice, for some reason, it's saying your dreams need a practical plan, and then you have the South Node here as well. So there's something that you're needing to complete. There's something that you're wanting to attain or obtain or reach, but you're needing to be more practical in regards to how you go about it or what your next steps are. And in order to get there, it's telling you that you must let go of something. You must sacrifice something, because something in your life may be draining you and could be stopping you or slowing you down in regards to getting something that you want. So whatever that thing is. Thank you so much, number one. I hope that you're doing well. All right. Numero two. All right, let's see. Hey friend. Okay. Okay. What does she need to be mindful of in regards to herself in order to make this work? The high priestess reversed. I feel like with the high priestess reversed, this can also be around like not trusting our intuition and instead getting in our mind and overthinking things. So if you find yourself kind of spiraling a little bit, try to catch that. Try to understand where that's coming from. Is that really coming from your intuition, or is it coming from here? Is it coming from past failures in relationships, and you may be associating this with that potentially? Okay. The emperor, this may be telling you to let him take the lead a little bit. Like if you find yourself constantly trying to take the lead in the connection, it may be asking you to allow him to do it. Like see how he does, or let him, I don't know why it's telling me that, but it's asking you to let him take the lead a little bit. Surrender. It's asking you to surrender and let him take the lead a little bit. And that's really interesting, and I don't know if that's an issue in your guys's connection or what it is, but maybe it's about trusting that he can lead, and maybe allowing yourself to perceive him differently until he proves you different, you know. So kind of like maybe giving up that role of feeling like you need to lead something, or take him in a certain direction, and just kind of allowing him to do it. I feel like that can be it. What you need to be mindful of in regards to him. Yeah, the Page of Swords reversed. I feel like he definitely wants peace. I think that there's something that he's also healing from, and I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know if he's had any like mental health issues, or there's just something he's overcoming. Maybe it's a physical ailment, maybe it's mental, maybe it's just a discussion that you had that maybe kind of set him off a little bit or made him feel uncomfortable. What's that Page of Swords reversed? The King of Swords. So once again, this is like the Page of Swords reversed to the King of Swords can be like, be cautious of assuming what he's thinking. You know, I think women do that a lot. I think we do that a lot when we're dating a man. We just assume what they're thinking, right? I don't know if you've ever seen the meme where it's like the guy's like laying there in his bed and he's just like on his phone or whatever, and she's like on the other side and she's just like sitting there, and there's like a little thought bubble in her head, and she's like, he's thinking about another woman, he's thinking about his ex, he's thinking about, and really it's just like he's like, oh, I really want to buy this off of Amazon or what, you know what I mean? So try not to let yourself kind of get to that point. What can I do on my end to make our already good relationship even better? Let me see. Whoops. Wrong cards. The King of Pentacles reverse, the Death card, the Moon. I'm getting the let him lead thing again. I'm getting the let him lead again. So once again, this is about you listening to your instincts, listening to your gut feelings about certain things. The King of Pentacles reversed can represent a lot of things. It can represent stubbornness. It can be sometimes where someone is using another person for money or using another person for status. So, you know, if something like that is going on, then that needs to change. Okay. I don't know if that's it or something. Okay. But what's that King of Pentacles reversed? There may need to be a discussion about money or finances or about financial support in some way. Maybe once again, letting him step up or letting him take the lead if he's not doing that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the lead in a financial aspect, but taking the lead in general, like as a masculine being. Okay. And so something may need to change in regards to that. What can she do? Give me one more. I think we're needing to, I think you both are going to go through a maturation process, if I'm being honest. I think that if there are any like unspoken issues between the two of you, or if you're holding on to any grudges or holding on to old things that have a negative influence, don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to put effort into what those things are so you can release that or work your way through it. So I feel like if there are any grudges or any worries, or even if there's like childhood trauma, or you know you're still having feelings about like how an ex treated you, and maybe that's how it's affecting the connection, don't be afraid to put in the effort towards resolving that within self. Your advice or your messages or your message is conclusions are within reach in Cancer. So I feel like in regards to a home situation, because that can be Cancer, in regards to being vulnerable, I feel like you guys are probably going to develop an even sweeter connection than you have now, most likely, with that conclusions are within reach. And I feel like it's going to be big. I feel like it's something that's going to be big. I feel like it's going to be very vulnerable. I feel like it can be uncomfortable, but it leads to more comfort, if that makes sense. So this can be like once again, a moving in together that can really soften the connection as well. Being more vulnerable with each other once you guys do live together, things of that nature. So I feel like some kind of conclusion is within reach sooner than later. Thanks a lot, number 2. All right. What's up, Alexandra? Hello, pretty lady. Zaza. Oh, sorry. Number 3. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see what you need to know about this person. This person may like attention, okay, with that 6 of Wands there. And I think that there's something that this person really needs to change or let go of, but they have a hard time doing that. This can be somebody who holds on to things or people or grudges for a very, very long time. And I do think that this person does get attention or very much likes attention. They like to have the eyes on their people's eyes on them. Excuse me. This person's thoughts about you. Okay. Very attracted to you. likely wants to take action. There's a strong sexual attraction that this person has. They're very confident that they may be able to take action towards you successfully as well. So you can probably expect something like that in the coming weeks or months. So that looks pretty good. Thanks a lot, number 3. Number 4. That is an interesting screen name, number 4. Okay. Okay. All right. As far as who is coming towards you, let's look at the next 3 months. Oh no. Okay. Hopefully I didn't just screw everything up. All right. Are we still here? Are we still good? Okay. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Is it still plugged in? Okay, thank God. All right. Sorry about that. Who's coming towards you? Could be a younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with that Page of Wands there. But I feel like they're very grounded, this person, regardless of them either being younger or having a very fiery personality. I feel like they're still finding themselves. 4 of Cups reversed and the Death card. Yeah, I feel like this person is still finding themselves. You can find that this person is coming out of like some kind of disappointing situation. They may be going through a very like dark ending, or they may have actually had a death in the family or a death in their life or something like that when you meet this person, but it feels new. What's that? 4 of Cups reversed, the Tower. This person may have a strong Scorpio placement. Like, I don't know if their Venus is in Scorpio or their Mars is in Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, but this person definitely has a strong Leo placement. Scorpio placement, in my opinion. And so it seems like they're going through some kind of upheaval in their life at the time of you meeting them. And they may kind of come out of nowhere. Like, you totally don't expect it. They come out of nowhere and it's like, you know, you're holding the oh shit handle because they were just unexpected. Damn. I asked what they'll want with you and I got the King of Wands. Well, they'll probably definitely want intimacy, if I'm going to be honest. What, see me getting nervous over here, but it seems like they're going to want some kind of intimacy. Seems like there's a very strong sexual attraction. They may feel like you have a lot to teach them. And I say that because they're showing up as the Page of Wands and I feel like they're viewing you as the King of Wands in some way. So there's a very strong sexual attraction here. No doubt about it. They may even like look at you like a father figure in some way. Um, Money and career. Something in regards to money and career can kind of come to the surface that may make you feel a little uncomfortable. And it can be something that you didn't realize. It can kind of also come out of nowhere, right? Maybe check to see where Uranus is transiting in your chart. It's in Gemini right now. That may give you a hint, potentially. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it may get to a point where you feel like, you know, you're let down or like you kind of want to give up because of whatever this is. So let me see, what is that High Priestess reverse? There can be some conflict at work or some conflict around like an old issue that comes back up or something that's been hidden that kind of comes to the surface and it's kind of puts you in a little bit of a pickle. So it can be something that maybe has been going on for a long time or something you just didn't realize. But if I'm going to be totally frank with you, you're going to be fucking tired. Like it's going to be a little tiring, but no matter the sun, even in reversal in tarot, it's still pretty positive. So I feel like there can be a positive outcome with this. It just may be that there's a little bit of a workaround because the 5 of Wands isn't a huge deal. It's just it's more annoying. It's more annoying. It's more frustrating, right? So it could be like, you know, a big bill comes back around from a long time ago and you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to, I don't want to take care of this. Or You know, maybe it's maybe there's a delay in regards to getting your money, or you feel like there's too much competition at work, something like that. It's more annoying, but I do feel like there's a means to an end here. Look at the bigger picture is your advice or your message, and mutable. So this is asking you to go with the flow of things. It's asking you not to hold on too tightly. It's not asking you to try to take control of some very specific outcome. It's telling you to kind of roll with the punches a little bit. It's asking you in regards to the big picture in your life, you know, of what you want or who you want to become or where you're going to be. What does that look like? Right. And don't get kind of lost in the sauce, or don't get lost in the details. So try to go with the flow and try to be optimistic, is what it's saying. Easier said than done, right? Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Number 4, and best of luck. All righty. Let's move on to number 5. All right, number 5. All right, let's see. Yes, you may not end up getting to the point that you wanted because that King of Pentacles is reversed. But I think with the Knight of Pentacles there will be financial progress. I 100% believe that. What I do want to say is be cautious of somebody seeing you do well and trying to come around and get a piece of your pie or to try to use you for something. Okay, so I do want to say that. Just make sure that you're taking care of your money, budgeting properly, etc., paying your bills on time, obviously, right? But I do think that there will be progress. It just might not be everything you wanted, but there will be financial progress. So I think yes. Thank you, number 5. Then we have number 6. Okay. Is this person actually sick? No. Okay. Why did she cancel? Is this supposed to be? No. She seems to be a little uncertain on whether or not she wants to work on this. It can be because she doesn't know if you've been honest about everything, or it can just be that she's truly not certain. And that 8 of Pentacles can be not certain about what. 8 of Pentacles. Do I want to work on this? Does this really meet my standard, or do I meet this person's standard? And she feels a little inside of her own head or stuck on that for some reason. Like there is an uncertainty. She's just not really sure. Can you give me more on that 8 of Swords? Knight of Wands reversed. Is that Knight of Wands reversed? This person that's asking the question, reversed is no, upright is yes. Yes. I feel like she doesn't totally trust you. Like there's something about you where she feels like maybe you don't really know what you want, or she may assume that you're a player. She may assume that you just want attention, or maybe you're getting it from somewhere else, or something like that, or like it's not going to last. So for some reason, that's what she thinks. Damn, I want to pull more to ask what she's really doing, but I've already pulled 7. So your advice or your message is show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So I'm not telling you that you're not being authentic, okay? But it's saying like show up as you really are, and show up as what you really want. To be a vibrational match to the thing that you desire. And that is where we attempt to be as authentic as possible, because believe me, it is an attempt, right? So we can be very much influenced by what other people want, or what other people have, or what other people look like, or whatever. And sometimes these things can lead to a sense of encouragement or inspiration, but sometimes it leads us to be more inauthentic, make us feel like we need to contort ourselves in some way in order to attract another or in order to be accepted in some way. And while I'm not saying that you're doing that, for some reason this card popped up for you. So that show the world the rear, the rear. Don't show the world your rear, but show the world the real you. And I feel like with this Capricorn energy, I feel like it's going to take some work or it's going to take some time. Capricorn is a little bit slower. It likes to take its time, but because it takes its time, it ends up getting to the top and really being successful at whatever it does usually. So methodical steps and being realistic. So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much, number 6. I hope that helped. All right. Now we have number 7. Okay, let me see. Next actions towards you. The Emperor. Okay. This person is still very attracted to you. I think this is very giving, like, please forgive me, but like want to rip your clothes off kind of thing. It's very sexy, it's very dominant, it's very assertive, it's very taking the lead, it's very putting my feelings to the side and taking care of my responsibilities. That is what they seem to be doing. This person is very attracted to you. More actions. Temperance reversed in the 5 of Cups. They're not happy with how things have been left or how things have been. They seem to be uncertain, or they seem to have a lot of regrets and a lot of sadness or grief, things like that. Around what? I'm not sure, but they're definitely not pleased with maybe how they've conducted themselves or maybe what happened between the two of you in the past. But it feels like they're trying to be responsible and do their part. Thank you, number 7. All right, number 8. Look at this hot mamacita. Okay. Additional reading, please. I love you too. Let me see. What can she expect within the next 2 months? What is this? There may be somebody who you're trying to work with or who you've been trying to collaborate with or get on the same page with, and you may be needing to like empower yourself around this connection because you may feel like it's just not working, or you guys you just can't work on a team, maybe there's a lack of reciprocation, or it's just you guys just aren't on the same page. And so I think that there's an awareness of that, and because there's an awareness of whatever that is, it seems like you're empowering yourself because of it. Can we get more on that? The 3 of Cups. You may be realizing that you can't really work together with somebody in a way that you thought, and the relationship may need to change into a friendship or something else entirely. So this looks good to me. This looks healthy. So for instance, like, this is just an example. Apply it however you may, but let's say that you and a friend were trying to go into business together, right? You and a friend were trying to go into business together, and then you're like, yeah, I don't really know if we can work well together like that. Let's just stay friends. It can be like that. The 10 of Swords reversed, the 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. You're either in love with someone, or you may be deep into your feelings about a person. I feel like whomever this is, it is mutual. The love is mutual, but you seem to be very concerned about that, or maybe very worried, or maybe this other person is. But I think a lot of it has to do with some past issues or some past betrayals, maybe some past endings that were very harsh that kind of have your feelings in a twist a little bit. What are we worried about with that 9 of Swords? The 7 of Cups reverse. Well, it's either of who or what this person will choose, or what you're going to choose, or you may be feeling like you're getting a reality check about something, and that's what's stressing you out. Can I get more on that? the 10 of Wands. It feels like a lot, or like something is a big responsibility and you're kind of coming to the conclusion about that, or like it's a lot to handle. I feel like it's something that you can handle, but I feel like this is also in your head. It's not necessarily the reality. It's just what's going on in your brain because you're a little stressed out. Um, what is her energy for the next 2 months? The Knight of Swords. So you're ready to go. You seem to be taking action, asking questions, taking names, about what? The Five of Swords. You're very fucking determined. What are we doing here? The Five of Pentacles reverse. It can be a lot of determination to either come out of the cold between you and somebody else, or to not get left behind, or something in regards to finances. So if there's been a debt or something you need to pay off, or you're trying to like get money back or something like that, it can be around your finances or potentially your health as well. Because pentacle energy can be about health in your physical body. So if there's been something in regards to your health, maybe you're wanting to like figure out like what can be my nutrition plan, or how can I gain a little bit more weight, or how can I lose a little bit more weight, or how can I get the proper, right? Maybe you like go and get your blood work done, and then you screenshot what your blood work is, you put in a chat GPT, and you're like, hey bitch, tell me what supplements I need to take, right, in order to so if that makes sense. So it's either in regards to money or finances or maybe reconciliation, but it feels like the other stuff. Yeah, it can be around health or your physical body and your self-esteem. The Empress in reverse. That's what it makes me feel like. Ooh, wow. Think we know what you're doing in the next couple of months. A new romantic cycle begins, and Mars. Can't bullshit a bullshitter, buddy. You may be, I wonder if that's what this is about. You may be engaging in regards to a new romantic in the next, a new romantic, a new romantic situation in the next couple of months. And it can lead to a very spicy sexual connection with Mars being there. Mars is how we go after what we want, yes, but it's also sex. It's also sex drive. It's very strong masculine nature or whatever. Okay, so things can get a little spicy over the next couple of months. This can also be telling you to Mars can also be about like working out or taking initiative towards something that you want, your drive, your ambition, really going after something, defending yourself as well. So maybe something in regards to that. Thanks a lot, darling. Love ya. Take it easy. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, you did? Fun. I don't know what I'm looking at. Da, da, da. Sorry, guys. One sec. Thank you. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know where I'm looking. Oh, on Hypsee, did you? Oh my God. Let me see. That's so nice. Am I stupid? Oh, Carmen, thank you so much. Can you guys, if you guys are still here, can you please hashtag Carmen in the chat, please? She gave me a little extra shmoney shmoney. You know what I'm saying? That was really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Beep, beep. Thank you so much. Okay, we have numero 9. Okay. Do you see anything coming up for me soon? All right, let me see. Let's see only the good stuff. Show me only the good stuff for number 9 within the next month. Page of Swords, you can be learning something, teaching something, or something in regards to social media. Maybe you're posting a little bit more on social media. Maybe you find a good book that you really, really like. Maybe you actually start posting on social media and maybe you get like a little bit of recognition in some way. Somebody could be spying on you that you actually want to spy on you. You may also be connecting with somebody online. Tell me what that Page of Swords is. It makes me feel like you're learning something that you didn't understand before, or you're gaining some kind of clarity around something that you didn't understand before. Because if the Ace of Swords reversed is clarifying the Page of Swords, then this is you learning something that you didn't know before, that you did not have clarity on. So what the fuck is it? The Two of Pentacles reverse? So it's something you were confused about. It's not telling me. It can be something in regards to a decision that you really needed to make or that you need to make. And you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? And so then you finally gain clarity in regards to what that is. It can be something in regards to your physical health, or it can be something in regards to money as well. Maybe budgeting, something like that. Tell me the other positive stuff. The Seven of Wands reversed. Mm, if you've been worried about like some kind of competitive environment, or like you don't have what it takes or something like that, I feel like you're going to learn that you were wrong, or that you've been wrong the entire time. So if you felt defeated, or if you felt like you couldn't, measure up or level up like somebody else or other people or something, I feel like you're going to prove yourself wrong. And sometimes that's a good thing, right? It can also be something that you no longer wanted to maintain or uphold, that was like fucking exhausting to you. And you're like, oh God, I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. Because also that Two of Pentacles reverse can represent that as well. Thank you so much, number 9. And then we have number 10. Okay. Oh, I like a couple of you asking the good stuff that's coming towards you. Okay, what good is coming towards number 10 within this month? The Two of Wands. Ooh, you're breaking out of your comfort zone. What is this? Something that you didn't feel confident about before, you're doing now. And it's about taking action, but you're going to leave something behind, which may feel uncomfortable, but you're going to realize it was for a good reason. It was something that was throwing you off balance, or something that you feel was taking up a lot of your time or taking up a lot of your money, or something that you feel like isn't fair. You're leaving it behind and you're coming out of your comfort zone to achieve that level of balance. Damn. Listen, sometimes the good stuff is not, and I say this all the time, but sometimes the good stuff is not always about addition. Sometimes it's about subtraction. Sometimes it's about needing to take something out of our lives that no longer has a place, that's been draining us, that's been taking up a lot of our time, our money, our energy, our mental space, causing strife or whatever it may be. And I feel like you're making a choice to do something different that is going to allow you the space to have more comfort in your life, but it's going to be uncomfortable at first. But I feel like you're going to be all the better for it, especially if you've been feeling emotionally dysregulated, not confident about yourself, or feeling like you're being treated unfairly, or maybe you've been treating yourself unfairly, or whatever it is. You're going to come out of that. Probably something to do with that Uranus in Gemini, I would imagine. So see maybe where you have Gemini, that may in your chart, that may indicate kind of where this is happening, because I'm wondering if it's something to do with that. Thank you so much, number 10. Number 11. Okay. Okay. All right, let me see. This person's actions towards you within this next month. The Magician shows me that there's an intent to make something happen. But while there's an intent, the Magician doesn't necessarily always point to action. So there's an intent to do something. Well, to do what? Two of Swords. It can be to avoid, it can be to find peace between the two of you if there's been kind of a riff or an upset. What is that Two of Swords? Page of Cups reverse. It doesn't really feel like this person is necessarily offering anything. Why? The Wheel of Fortune. So this can be like where we're kind of letting go of the wheel. We're just trying to stay optimistic. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't necessarily have like a specific picture for how things end or for where things go. It's just kind of like up in the air. So it doesn't really feel like this person has a specific intent, like with you. It just feels like whatever happens happens. That's kind of their mind frame about it, to be honest. So I guess it's a little bit of good and bad, you know. Well, it depends on what you want, I suppose. Thank you so much, number 11. I appreciate you, and of course I'm wishing you all the best. Number 12. Sure, let me see. Um, it may partially be for that. I still think that this person is going to be quite independent minded. I think this person does want some level of stability, but not necessarily in a Ten of Pentacles way where they share it with another. It's more of an independent, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, still more individual minded. So part of it can be about money. Yes. Um, what are her other reasons for being with number 12? Maybe fearing you might be with another if she doesn't be with you. I think that there are a lot of fears attached to this, and she may not really be sure if you guys align in regards to morals or values or your fundamental belief systems or whatever it may be, and she may be kind of suppressing that for some reason, or not really thinking about that or pushing it away. But I do think that there is a desire for her to um have a little some spa days, you know what I'm saying? Let me pull one. How does she really feel for this person? Does she love this person? Ooh, you be careful with that Six of Pentacles reverse. She may try to take advantage a little bit. I hate to say that, girl code, but she may. But you know, like, what did that one girl say? He was like, "Oh, so you just want me for my money?" And she was like, "If I was ugly, would you be dating me?" So maybe you could look at it like that. But thank you so much, honey. It's good to see you. I hope it works out. Number 13. Okay, future actions towards you. Let me see. Seven of Pentacles reverse. They don't seem to be super invested. They seem to be losing their patience for some reason. Why? The Hermit. They could be needing to kind of go inwards and feel like they need to spend some time with themselves for some reason. Why? The Fool. I feel like they're on a big self-discovery kind of journey right now. There's a lot going on in their minds. I think they're having an issue with you know, maybe seeking external validation or looking for something outside of themselves to feel complete when they need to actually find that within self. But what does this person want? Six of Wands. They want your attention. So there's something about external validation here, I feel. They want your attention. And I do feel like in some ways they want some level of success, although there may be a little bit of ego attached to it. So they're not really invested. It seems like they're being maybe a little quiet or a little solo or a little isolating or something like that. So something to kind of keep in mind, okay? All right. All right. I gotta get out of here. My little lame ass song premieres in 10 minutes if you guys want to go to the Where Dead Flowers Bloom page. If not, that's okay. I love you. And thank you guys for tonight. And thank you, Lori. And thank you, my mods. And thank you to anybody that showed up. Thank you, Infinite. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really, really love this dress. I think it's on TikTok shop. All right, you guys, I gotta get out of here. I really hope that you have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.